Hello and welcome to my very first one-shot. Me, Lapis. I'm gonna be the DM. So in the comments, please do not be mean because I have never done this before and I will cry. So, is everybody ready to get started?
What's the show called?
I can't tell you
I'm
yet.
ready.
No. What's the podcast called?
Swerve's Bar Podcast. Transform and roll out.
There you go. You did
There
the
we
thing.
go.
Rod Star
There we
for
go.
you.
Thank you. All right.
We need you to adjust your trainee badge on. Here you go. All right, you're ready.
Thanks. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get started, guys. Welcome to Ancient Cybertron, a world where 1%ers are incredibly common due to the purity of being one of the first generations to live on the planet. However, 1%ers are not known as such. Instead, their unique abilities are referred to as magic. Cybertronians are split into separate tribes based on the 13 original primes. While they try to get along, there will always be those that believe they're better than everyone else. However, the tribes are known to work together and mostly live in harmony. Now, we move to our players. Cybertron's sun glistens against the metal of the intricate building before you. As you all look up and take in the sight, you see an elegant statue of Quintus Prime built into the front of what seems to be a church. The statue looms over you, many hands out in a compassionate pose. As the four of you enter the building, a stout bot with green and yellow markings walks up to you, hands behind her back. High Priest, the Knights of Cybertron have arrived. As the preach approaches, would you all introduce your characters for me? We'll go ahead and start with Onyx.
Hello, I am Onyx. I will be a player whose name is Sunblast. Sunblast is from the Prima tribe. He turns into a Nautilus drone, and he's a triple changer, so he also turns into a land aquatic vehicle, or an LAV. He's very slender, very tall. He's very glorious in his own way. He's what colors is he? Let me look at the things. He is completely bright orange and yellow. He thinks very highly of himself because it is true. Thank you for your time.
That was fantastic. Thank you. All right, and next up, we will go for Kilobyte.
Oh boy. My character name is Cinder. He is from the Onyx Prime tribe. So he's a beast. He turns into a phoenix. But instead of always being on fire, his feathers are a brown color, like a light brown color. And then the tips of the feathers are smoldering a little bit, as if residual flame is there. And they're a relatively tall bot, 20 feet tall, and they are a medic.
Perfect. Next up, we will go to Clickbait.
What's up, guys? My name is Clickbait. I'm super excited to be back for more D&D, and I'm gonna be playing Stardust. Stardust is a shorter, slender, she's more soft-spoken bot. She'd much rather spend her time looking at the stars than amongst other bots. She's more like an explorer, kind of a philosopher. She's a member of the Vector Prime tribe, and she transforms into something that's relatively similar to one of the Naboo starfighters from Star Wars.
That was great, thank you. And now, last but not least, Heximus. Could you please describe your character?
Hi, yes, I'm Heximus, and I will be playing Forge Feather. This tall, buff lady is a blacksmith who transforms into a cyber-organic crow, so she is almost entirely black. The top part of the crow's head, like the top beak and the top of the head, form a pretty much a mask that covers her optics, and her wings are placed along her back, and she has a bright red glowing forge in her chest, and she is also rather soft-spoken and reserved, and has a lovely little Corvatron, aka Crow, always with her on her shoulder.
Good job. All right. So, what are you guys doing as the priest who is a bot adorned in gold and red accents with a crest upon his head that seems to resemble a crescent moon. He has 4 arms and appears to turn into some sort of telescope. Yeah, what are you guys doing as he approaches you?
I'm standing next to Cinder.
As they approach, I bow down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any reflective surfaces or windows or mirrors?
Yes, absolutely. There are quite a few windows on the top of the church.
Okay. I would like to be looking at myself through those windows, making sure everything looks perfect as I
Ow.
am looking through them. I'd be like, of course it's perfect.
Of course, okay. Perfect. I'm glad.
I'm gonna roll my eyes at you.
I wouldn't know because my back is turned.
She just simply like gives a nod to him as he approaches, arms folded.
All right. As he approaches, he takes in the group of you. Optics jumping from bot to bot as he decides in his mind what kind of people you all are before he's even spoken to you. As he approaches, he goes, "Oh, good. The Knights of Cybertron. I'm glad you heard my call. I have a bit of a problem." And he stops just short of in front of you all, and he folds his 4 arms behind his back. My son, Catram, he's gone. I don't know where he went. He was taken last night, and we haven't been able to find any sign of him. No contact with him has gone through. I wanted the 4 of you, though I did think that you had more members, but I suppose you are a relatively new group of knights. Anyways, he was taken, and I need your help to get him back.
Of course.
How do you spell?
We will do everything in our power.
What were you gonna say, Cinder?
How do you spell the name of your son?
My son's name. His name is spelt Catrum. And oh goodness, in my haste I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Permeus. I am the high priest of the Quintus Prime tribe. All right. So Permeus looks to Cinder and he gives you a nod, implying that you're good to stand up to your full height again. And then he turns to Sunblast. "I appreciate your help. This is of great importance. My son means everything to me. I'm not sure what I'll do if I don't ever see him again. Now, I will have my friend here, as he gestures to the more stout bot that initially spoke. She will take you up to my son's room. Maybe you can find some clues there." As he says this, the stout bot approaches. Her name, which is, it's on a little name tag because she's important to the church. Her name is Vepith, is to describe her a little better and to reiterate. She is a stout green femme with yellow markings and orange optics. She gestures to all of you to go ahead and follow her. Is there anybody who's doing something other than following along with her?
Unless is probably still looking at his reflection.
No. I'm looking at my nails now.
There you
Also-
go.
Ah,
What nails?
I was mistaken.
I have 6 claws, okay? 3 on each hand.
She's got
Those are
talons.
considered nails,
Ooh.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Are they painted on the tips?
they are. They
Yeah?
are painted on the tips. They are
What-
black at the tips.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
That's
you're
really
welcome.
important. That's really important
Yep.
lore for Sunblast.
You're welcome. I feel like we're going to establish a lot of lore
Yeah.
for everyone.
Yeah.
Cinder, how many times have you painted the tips of his nails pink?
How many? Pink? Oh, honey, you don't want to know.
Cinder's gonna look at the priests and be like, "Your Holiness, we will rescue your son."
Thank you. I truly hope you're able to stick to your word.
Will do.
I will be here if any of you need anything from me, if you have questions or anything similar. I do not believe any of the bots of my tribe will be coming towards this area anytime soon. They were informed of what happened, and I believe they're scared.
So this tribe is unguarded, is what you're saying?
Oh, no. The tribe
Okay,
does
good.
have guards, as every tribe does. They are
You
just
must
not.
always be aware.
Of course. We have peace.
Evil lurks around every corner.
It does. While there's standing peace between the tribes right now, there's always the chance somebody becomes greedy.
Yes. I hear.
Mm.
I hear. Megatronus is not one that you can trust, or even Leech, that
Has he
matter.
ever been?
Well,
Fair point, Stardust.
I suppose that's up to the interpreter. But now, if you'll head upstairs, please do all you can for my son. And then Vepith once again gestures to you all. This way, please. And she begins heading towards a set of metal stairs that lead to the upper part of the church, where both the high priest's quarters are, along with any servants and his son's quarters.
This must be one of those old-timey churches.
Hey, it is ancient
Is there a
Cybertron.
picture?
One of the first ones built.
Is there a picture of the sun anywhere?
Is there a picture of the sun?
Of Catram?
Oh, of Cat. Sorry, I
Bless
thought
you.
you meant S-U-N.
Not the actual sun.
Is the sun here?
S-O-N, Catram.
I'm right here. You just gotta put the word.
I was
blast
gonna say,
after
I was like, where's Sun Blast now? Oh my god.
I would like
Yeah,
to raise
so
my hands in a
Catram-
Y. Praise the sun.
There are photos of Catram, holographic photos on the upper parts of the church where the sleeping quarters are. There's also pictures of the current high priest Permeus, but there are a few as well of past priests that may have come before him. Catram, if you're going to look specifically at his photo, Catram is a blue bot with green. Catram
That's
is a
like green lime. That's canon now.
Catram is a blue bot with green flame-like designs snaking up his frame. Picture a build similar to Hot Rod in the sense that he has the spoilers on his forearms and the fin on his back. He appears to turn into some sort of a race car.
Okay.
I would say that's a wholly alternate mode.
None is holier than that of a Prima.
Solus Prime. I may not make it through this.
Did you say that out loud, Cinder?
It was more of me as me, not the character. But
Okay. Yeah, he's you'll learn more about him in a bit. He's a guy.
I'm just gonna file away what he looks at in case I see him and
Okay.
need to reach out to him.
Sounds good. All right. So Vepith brings you to a room with an open door. She stands outside of it, arms behind her back, and smiles at you all as she gestures to head inside. Right in here. This is Catram's room. His servant should be in there if you have any questions. And you all are free to enter the room.
what is the name of the servant, Bepith?
Oh, the servant? I think it's... She taps her chin. Because there's so many bots in this place that she doesn't remember everybody's names. I think it's Copperclaw. Yeah, that sounds right.
I walk in.
Does everybody else walk in?
Yeah.
As you guys all walk into the room, let me give me 1 second to get down to what the room looks like. All right.
I'm gonna look at Cinder and like knowingly like give him a look and like, see if his mind is open because I want to talk to him.
I see that glance and I understand what Stardust is trying to tell me. So I walk over to a place where we can kind of talk together. What is it?
What do you think so far? Do you think Do you think maybe this is foul play?
It could be. I would like to see if there's any type of struggle and evidence like that. As if he was hurt, if he was leaking energon of some kind. Maybe we can determine who took him.
I think we should make sure to ask the servants. They see and hear everything.
Yes. We better make sure we look at every detail in this room and not miss anything.
Agree.
Can I have everybody roll me a perception?
Oh man.
I have to look up new modifiers. I
Six.
don't remember what they are.
Sunblast got a 9.
I got a 4.
Wow.
Ooh, things are looking good for
Ooh.
Sunblast.
Cinder
Oh, you know what? I'm really carrying the team today again. Such is the way of being one of the
Goodness.
Prima tribe, always doing everyone's work.
Cinder got lost in Stardust's eyes and just didn't focus.
All right.
Dawn.
Stardust is looking back.
All right. So, Sunblast. You were the only person to notice something in particular, but first I'm going to go ahead and describe the room. And then I'm going to describe something specific for you, Sunblast. So everybody, when they enter the room, they see that data pads and energon goodies have been knocked off of Catrum's bookshelves and desks. It generally just looks like there was a struggle of some kind. Sunblast, however, you are looking a bit more thoroughly, and you take notice of the single window within the room. As you walk over to it and you strain your optics, you notice droplets of blue energon on the outside of the window frame. You were the only one to see this. What would you all like to do?
All right, listen up. Listen up, everybody. First off, there's only one window in this room. That's a code violation. And
Violation.
then second, I think there might have been someone bleeding.
As you say this, Bot stepped forward from where he had been standing in the corner of the room. Oh, here we go.
My green
Okay.
my green eyes dart his
Green?
way as to be startled because I was very
Green.
fixated on yes, I have green eyes. Green. Sorry, yes, green. They are green eyes. That's canon. I'm startled because I did not see him there.
Copperclaw steps out, and immediately he puts his hands up in like a mock surrender. Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to startle you. He is a tall bot with a face mask and a blue visor. He's mostly gray with some copper details snaking along his chest and arms. His fingers are a bright copper color. As he speaks, he does a little bow and greets you all. Hello, I'm Copperclaw. I'm Catrum's personal servant.
Well, nice to meet you. I was not startled. Cinder,
yes, nice
Cinder,
to meet
it's
you.
okay. I know you were
First time.
startled from the occasion, but I
I-
was not startled at all. I want
was
to make sure
not
that's clear.
Sunblast.
The name of Victor Prime.
Exactly. Exactly. It's
It's-
totally fine.
And it's nice to
So-
meet you, Copperclaw.
What is it you do here, Copper
He's a servant,
Claw?
Sunblast.
Was it? Yes, but every servant serves a
Stardust
purpose.
is
and
just
Cinder,
chuckling.
as in the eyes of the Lord, everyone has their own purpose. Mine is to lead this team. What is
Sunblast,
Copper's?
as always, you are
feathers?
quite deluded.
Deluded.
So this is what happens when the two DMs are in the same campaign together.
Don't get me started.
Pardon me, Copperclaw, right? That's your
Yes,
name?
yes.
We've all established this guy's name is Copperclaw.
Sunblast? Quiet. For once.
I do
in
not
your
know the meaning
life,
of the word.
Please do something useful and shut
But go
your
ahead,
mouth.
interview them.
Anyways, Copperclaw, did you notice anything strange before Catrum? I forgot his name for a second. Before Catrum disappeared, when did you notice he was gone? Did you hear or see anything that could maybe help us?
Yes, actually. I was outside of his room last night, just cleaning around the area, dusting, the rails of the stairs and all that, when I heard something I rushed to his room. It sounded like he was fighting with somebody, perhaps having some sort of a tantrum. I wasn't sure. As I walked in, there was a figure, a cloaked figure. Ah, I I don't remember anything after. I blacked out. But
You happen to catch the color of their optics or any discerning features?
the only feature I was able to see is on that cloak there was what looked like a faded micron symbol. They must have used some sort of magic. I can't see why I would have blacked
Well,
out
we all know
otherwise.
magic's not real. So, I'm assuming.
DM,
Well,
can I roll to see if they're telling the truth?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna give Cinder a knowing look, like, magic's not real,
That
sure.
would be what, a perception or a wisdom? I don't know.
Go ahead and
I run games.
roll-
I don't remember what it's.
Just
Perception if you're trying to tell if a lie, and then a sneak is if you're trying to perform a lie, right?
yeah, I would just roll perception.
14.
This bot is absolutely telling the truth. There is nothing to tell you that he's lying or anything other than concerned for his ward as well as nervous about what had happened the previous night.
And when you blacked out, Copperclaw, it feel funny, like someone had draped a curtain over you, or did you black out suddenly?
It was suddenly, I believe. I hit the floor and woke up with a rather nasty dent in my helm,
Oh.
but
You need somebody to look at that.
Fainting.
it's
Often a
it's quite
sign
all
of
right. Thank you, though.
Someone not as brave, but that's okay. Not all of us can be as brave as those of us from the Prima tribe. That's okay.
Sir,
That's why I'm here.
I am 3 nanoclicks. 3
sir,
nanoclicks away from shoving you out that open window.
I do beg your pardon.
You know I can
would
fly,
be
right?
to give my life for Catram. I've been there since he was
certain.
first taken in.
First,
We believe you.
okay.
We
Copperclaw,
believe you.
Yes.
Copperclaw, my dear friend, please do not be discouraged or irked by him. He just has a rather inflated sense of self-importance. He's
Aha!
working on it with little success, but
The famous Stardust
tried.
charm.
Well, no matter what personalities we may have going on here, I do appreciate you looking into this. Like I said, Catram means the world to me.
Did Catram have any secrets that maybe you knew about, but he didn't tell his father? Something that could have gotten him in trouble. If anyone else knew.
Well,
We will not be able to find him unless we know everything about him.
of course. He asked me not to say, but I did see him sneaking out the other night. He did go through this window, but he's nimble. He wouldn't have fallen. And it was before he was kidnapped, but he went out. And as I looked out the window, I saw him meet with a few other bots. And they left. I don't know where they went or what they did.
Okay. Do you know if he had any relations with members of other tribes?
That is expected of the priest's son. He was, in fact, able to mingle with the others. He goes to the different conferences that the priests all attend together. So he has met with other bots, but he's met so many that I'm not even certain who could have possibly been a suspect.
Who was on shift during the lower levels?
I'm not certain. I believe it might have been our friend who introduced you, Vepith. I believe she might have been down there. I know the high priest was asleep at the time, recharging. But I believe Vepith and possibly one other, but I cannot be certain. My job is specifically to watch over Catram.
I see.
There don't happen to be any sort of... There's security footage in and out of the grounds or in and out of Catram's window?
Not in the church. This area is meant for secrecy when it comes to bots coming in and wanting to pray or divulge any sort of information they want to the priest.
DM,
Yeah.
See.
what does this bot turn into?
Copperclaw?
Yeah.
Copperclaw, it's really hard to discern. He clearly doesn't transform often because his whatever he turns into isn't important. It's not a useful transformation.
Printer, marking that out on my checklist.
Well,
Maybe he
not
is a
a
printer.
no.
I guess you'll never know.
While they are talking with Copperclaw, can I, since Sunblast pointed it out, can I inspect the Energon trail in the window to see if I can
Yes.
determine which bot or tribe it could relate to?
You can, but you would know that on this version of Cybertron, everybody bleeds the same color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Except for the fauna. Yeah, except for the fauna, they have their own thing.
Okay.
But all the bots
Can
are the
I-
same.
Can I look around to see if there's anything that may lead, like any scuffs on the floor in like a specific pattern that may indicate like there's a secret passage, or there's something like hidden behind a picture, a hologram, or like a
Yeah.
painting or something?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me perception again. Cinder, if you still wanted to check out the windowsill, you're also welcome to roll like a perception.
Will do.
Okay, Stardust, you got a 13.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, you don't seem to notice much. The scuffs on the ground are there, but they don't seem to correlate. It just looks as though there was a fight.
I got a 9.
All right, with the 9, you just notice, you see the drops that were pointed out to you, and they look fresh. That's all you can really. I mean, they look like they've been there for a few hours, but it's fresher than a few days.
How high up is the window from the ground?
Not very. If you picture like, I guess just kind of like a regular window height. When you stand up, it kind of like the base of the window kind of comes up to like your lower stomach. So it's not too far off the ground. It's almost like one of those nice spots where there's like a little bench and you can sit in the windowsill and read.
a little.
How far from the ground outside?
Oh, how far from the ground? Okay, this is the second story. So it's
Okay.
if you fell, it's not going to be fatal, but if you landed incorrectly, you could probably sprain or even break something.
And I go down to the ground, like either jump out the window or down to the ground somehow and look and see if there's any energon on the ground to see if they fell or if whoever took him had flight alt modes.
Yes, absolutely. If you're going to jump out the window, you're going to have to roll me athletics.
What if I transform and then gently glide down and then transform again?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
To avoid a roll.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, Stardust,
I don't want to fall on my face.
I'm gonna have to repair that. If it happens.
Do I need to roll for that or no?
No, you can just go out.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna go.
Well, Stardust,
Do I see anything on the ground?
your face.
On the ground, there are scuff marks as though somebody landed, but the only energon that you actually see is it's like the same freshness as the one that was on the windowsill. There's not much of it, just a couple of drops, not a trail or anything. However, can you roll me a perception?
Betcha.
Well, Stardust is doing that.
See, we see how well that's going so far.
And
Okay, a 14.
Okay. Go ahead, Cinder.
while Stardust is doing that, can I get close to Forge Feather? And I want to tell them, Forge Feather, would you be able to interrogate the High Priest? See if they have any enemies that would target them or their son?
She gives a very quick nod. Seems fair. I'll be right back. And simply heads out.
Thank you.
Could I get a
Yes.
list of all the servants and everyone who lives in this household their names and alt mode, please.
Uh, Certainly, it might take a little bit just because of how many volunteers.
Let's
Come and
start with the
go.
day that the sun went missing.
Yes, absolutely. I can go ahead and speak with Vepith about it and see if we can come up with a list for you.
Straight up thought he meant S-U-N son
Me
for a second.
too.
We are all sons of the primes.
I was gonna be like Sunblast. It's not a big deal all the time.
He speaks third
Yes.
person.
As that may be very flattering, I should be removed from that list.
You work here too?
No, I do not. But I can see how I can be mistaken. Just a handsome bot like me walking in, they're like, this guy must live here.
I roll my eyes.
Oh my god, I'm gonna
You can't
die.
see me roll my eyes, but I do.
Copperclaw gives you a funky look, and then he does a little bow and then exits the room to
Well,
go
that's not
speak with
necessary.
Vepith. Well, sir,
But
you are
do continue,
part of the
do
Knights
continue.
of Cybertron.
No, do
Uh,
continue. Never mind.
Yeah, no, he leaves the room. He's going to talk to Vepith. They're gonna go stand out of the way, so you guys don't have to worry about them being there. Now I'm gonna go flip back to Stardust really quick. What did you roll again?
14.
14? Okay. So with that 14, you hear something to your right, but you don't see anything. It could have easily just been the wind. This version of Cybertron is very, very hand in hand with cyber organic. There are plenty of foliage and cyber organic plants, so it very easily could have been the wind against some of the grass, but you're not certain.
Okay. I'm just gonna look around and see if I see anything or see anything that made that kind of noise.
Okay. As you're looking there, I'm gonna swap over to Forage Feather. You were heading downstairs to speak to the High Priest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the High Priest is in the same room where you guys initially met him, in the front of the church. And he is just nervously and very worriedly pacing back and forth with his arms crossed behind his back. And the moment he makes optic contact with you, he kind of stops. Have you found something?
I wouldn't exactly say that yet, but we're working on it.
Oh, well, how can I help you?
Well, we were talking to Copperclaw and said that there might have been a guard. Perhaps it was either you or Vepith. I'm afraid I'm gonna say it wrong.
Vepith? No, it's Vepith.
Vepith. That perhaps you or Vepith were there when Ketchum had escaped his room one night. There was a guard that perhaps saw him leave with a few other bots.
He escaped his room? I haven't heard of this. Why would he have been out there? Did you hear this from Copperclaw?
Yes.
I was never informed. I'm sorry, I don't know why he would have gone out.
And you wouldn't by chance happen to know any of associates of his that would perhaps leave in the night like this?
Nobody in particular. I know he enjoys going out and speaking to our people and making friends. He knows almost everybody in the tribe, so I could not pinpoint anyone in particular.
No shady individuals?
Every tribe has their shady individuals, but as far as I know, none of them would sneak out for any reason. They have no... They would want to be tending to their shops or making sure their stocks are ready for the next day. And as he says this, you do know that the Quintus tribe specifically is very much well known for having like the best marketplace. Most of the buildings here are shops. they might have multiple stories because most bots tend to sleep in their shops, but it's a marketplace, so.
I see. Anything else that might be important?
Nothing that I can think of in particular. We have so many bots that travel through here for the market. I see so many every day, I couldn't pinpoint anyone. All I can think of is, well, you know how mini-cons are. We don't like their kind here.
Racist.
Mhm. She
Oh,
like
boy.
folds her arms.
Hey,
a little
you're
bit.
not in that room, sir.
I'm not saying that in person. I'm just saying that
Oh, okay.
Guys, there
because I'm
is
not in that
racism.
room. Racism's not okay. Okay,
No, it's not.
to the listeners. There you go. Just confirm.
Listeners, don't be racist or I'll pummel you. Anyways.
Yeah, stop listening to our stuff if you're racist. All right, continue.
Okay.
Whoa.
No, agreed. Anyways.
No, agreed. It just came out of nowhere. It was funny.
Anyways, Forge Feather, you could keep going.
She like kind of folds her arms a little bit and nods like,
I've seen their kind on the outskirts of our tribe before. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a small group of them that lived in the forest nearby. Perhaps that is somewhere you could check? I'm not sure.
Oh.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were involved in all
I'll
this.
keep it in mind. Did you, by chance, have any sort of disagreements at all with Ketchum?
Nothing as of late, other than
Catch him all.
That's what I was gonna say.
Bless you.
gotta catch 'em all. Okay. Nothing as of late. He did bring up recently he wanted to start training more members of the tribe in battle forms and teach them how to fight, but I did decline that because we have a set of guards. There's no need for the whole tribe to be battle ready. We should always hope for peace. But other than that, there hasn't been anything.
Understandable. Well, thank you for your time. And she like gives a nod and just heads on back.
All right, as you head back, Permeus just goes back to kind of pacing, and he looks like he's thinking real hard about anything that might have happened. Like he's trying to remember something. All right, so as she's heading back upstairs, we'll go ahead and go back to Cinder and Sunblast. What are you guys doing?
Arguing, probably.
There you go. First off, I am a gentleman.
Ha!
Gentlemen do not argue.
It's a bad
We
comment.
simply make statements.
Take our gloves
Now,
and just slap
Cinder.
each other.
Got me.
We wouldn't want to be slapped by these. I mean, sorry, these. Here.
Whoa!
Anyway,
You're a man of God.
Ooh.
Cinder. What are
Yes,
your thoughts on
Sunblast.
this?
It seems like
My thoughts
the name.
exactly.
I forgot the name. Sorry. It seems that Katrim might have been kidnapped, and there was a struggle. I don't think they've been injured critically. There's not a lot of energon being leaked. But if they have an injury, it might be best if we treat it soon.
Yes, evildoers could be around every corner, even in this very house. I sense it, Cinder. I sense it.
Where do you sense them? Go find them then.
It's a thing that I can sense. It doesn't. It's not 100% accurate. It's not like a GPS, Cinder. I thought you knew
yes.
these things. I guess you're not from the Prima tribe. Never mind.
Well, I didn't know the Prima could do that.
Yes. I thought
Well,
Onyx Prime tribe could smell people out.
Well, we can. We do have beast alternate modes. If you
Oh,
have
yeah?
one that has, the
Mm-hmm.
specific attributes for it, yes.
Yes, and you have those, right? If I recall.
My beast alternate mode does not, so I
Oh.
cannot.
Interesting.
Oh my gosh,
Interesting.
he's so judgy.
So, foul play it is, huh?
Why don't you interview
Me?
Vepeth. Yeah, I'll
Vepeth?
keep searching
That's
this
already
room.
been done, hasn't it?
No, I sent Forge Feather to ask the High Priest, and we've talked to Copperclaw. We just haven't talked to Vepeth.
Vepeth. Interesting. That's the one that hasn't talked very much, huh?
Yeah, they were the ones that
It's the green one,
ones that
buddy.
brought us to
Well,
the
here's
room.
the idea, Cinder. I'm gonna go talk to Vepeth. This is the plan. It's the best plan I've come up with already. And
Oh, I
Cinder,
see.
you make sure that no one else comes into this room. We want to make sure that things stay quiet for now before we go and investigate other places around this tower.
I will do my best.
Perfect.
Sunblast. Yes. I roll my eyes, kind of like, ugh.
I head out to interview Vepeth.
All right.
And I wanna
Well,
Leave the
wanna
room
search
now.
the room for
Leave
any more
that
clues if we missed any more.
okay. We'll go ahead and do a roll for you, Cinder. Let's get another perception roll in here and see if you notice anything. I'm gonna give you advantage because you've been in here long enough, so you're more likely to notice things that are out of place.
14 because advantage, because that was a 9.
All right. With the 14, there isn't much to notice other than what has already been described. However, you begin to look at the ground where the scuff marks that I mentioned earlier are from whatever struggle happened. You notice that one of the sets of scuff marks appears to be smaller than the others, as though whatever it wasn't as large as a normal bot.
Interesting.
Get some mini
Don't be racist.
Mini.
Don't be
Whoa.
racist, man. Trish.
I write it on my notes.
All right.
Interesting.
Hey, I'm just saying the facts.
All right.
Whether or not they actually kidnapped him or they staged it, it stands to reason. Smaller than average tracks.
I will not stand
Smaller than
for
average
racism.
bot.
All right. So we are going to swap to Stardust really fast, and then we'll come back to you, Sunblast, for your interview.
Mhm.
All right, Stardust. What are you doing outside?
Oh,
You sniffing the flowers?
just
Did you eat a bug?
looking around.
You looking around?
I'm just kind of looking around still.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm seeing if I can track down, if I can pinpoint where that sound is. Like if I hear it again, if I can head towards it, if I see more energy on the ground or like a piece of a cloak or anything that got caught on something,
Mhm.
that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, one thing that you do notice when you start looking in the direction you heard that sound, you see a very vast cyber-organic forest. It's huge.
Pretty.
And yes, it's absolutely gorgeous, but from where you're standing, you can already begin to hear the sounds of the cyber-organic life thrumming in that forest. You can hear bird song, you can hear trees, rustling and bushes crunching, and it's very loud.
She's positively fascinated by the sounds of nature.
I love that. But yeah, so you notice that. There's not too much else around. The other thing you do notice is how the town seems completely dead silent, which is very different from how it normally is. When you normally come to this tribe, it's bustling with life. There are people going throughout the market. There's people chatting. The church itself is usually much busier. There's usually bots coming to speak with the high priest about problems they may have, or just get to know their higher ups. And it's odd for everything to be so quiet, but the forest to speak so loudly.
I'm gonna kind of glance at the forest and strongly consider just going into the forest, but then she's gonna want the contrast in the silence versus the loudness of nature versus what would typically be louder, the everyday bustle of life. She's gonna try and go find someone, go see if there's anybody out in the market and ask them if there's something going on that they're not telling her.
Okay.
The group.
Yeah, absolutely. So while you're heading over there, we're gonna swap over to Sunblast real fast. As you're approaching Vepeth and Copperclaw, because they are still talking, trying to figure out who was all was on duty. They only have a few names down so far, and they seem like they're kind of finalizing it. But as you approach, both of them look up, and Vepith gives you a bright smile. Hi, did you need something?
Yes. Yes. I would like to know where you were on the night of the kidnapping.
Oh, last night? Well, I'm one of the guards here, actually. I was just walking the perimeter, but I never heard or saw anything, so
Interesting.
I think there's a lapse in my memory banks.
When was this
I don't
last?
know if I blacked out. I can't be exactly certain. It was during the night. I assume it has to be maybe a bit before the kidnapping, from what I've heard from Copperclaw, but I can't be certain.
It's very
I don't know
interesting.
how long I was out for.
Did you awake in the same area?
Yes, I was completely unharmed too, which was odd, I think.
Why is that odd?
But well, if the kidnapper had some hand in this, because Copperclaw said that he had blacked out as well.
So you know there's only
But-
one kidnapper. Why is that?
Oh, we're not certain if it's only one. That's just kind of the assumption. There could have been multiple, but I feel like it would have been harder for a large group to sneak by
Would it?
when
How long
there
would
would've
you
been
say
so
you were
many.
passed out for?
I can't be certain. I want to say maybe a few hours.
Then it is possible for a large group of bots, let's say, come in, kidnap Katra, throw a little party, and then leave, and you would never notice.
Well, there was another guard on duty, and I don't think he ever had a blackout.
And can someone attest to you also being blacked out?
No, unfortunately. I wasn't. When I
Interesting.
came to, there wasn't anyone near.
Very interesting. Were there people near before you blacked out?
No, I was out on my own. The other guard was working inside of the church. I was working outside.
And this other guard, they are the only ones that did not, to your knowledge, black out.
Well, as far as I know, the priest didn't either. Nor did his servant. His servant was all right, untouched.
And why do you think that is?
Well, my assumption is because they were in the priest's room, likely discussing something. And the priest's room is far enough away from Castrom's room where they might not have heard any sort of a commotion, so perhaps they weren't needed to be interacted with.
When you were unconscious for this time being, did you ingest any new liquids, foods, or where did they originate from? Same for you, Copper Claw.
No, absolutely not. And Copperclaw also shakes his head. I would never. I'm on duty almost all the time. I couldn't afford such a thing.
And how long were you on duty for?
I don't leave.
So, for the
Unless-
entire
unless I am
duration of not
requested to.
leaving, you have not ingested any liquids or foods of any kind.
Other than plain energon, absolutely not.
Where does this plain energon come from?
It's from our own stores. We have, beneath the church, we have a cellar. And that is where we store our energon for eating, drinking, anything of the sorts.
Well, it seems that I have other things I need to attend to. Cinder mentioned something about taking a walk outside, I think. So I'm going to go do that.
All right, well, I wish you luck. We are just about done with this list if you wanted
Yes,
it.
hand it over, please. I would like to take a look at it.
Yes, this is the list of everyone that was on duty or in the church as of last night. As she hands over like a little data pad to you, the names on that list are Catrum, Copperclaw, Vepith, Permeus, Slugger, and Puddledrip.
Okay, and then I specifically asked for alt modes as well.
Oh, yeah, that was me blinking.
It was
So-
Puddle Drip. Sorry, Puddle.
Yeah, Puddledrip. So Catrum turns into a Cybertronian sports car. Copperclaw turns into. It's really funny that you guys mentioned Printer earlier.
Oh, no.
He turns into a fax machine.
Beautiful.
That's amazing.
Yeah. All right, Vepith just turns into a simple car, Cybertronian car. And then let's see. Permeus turns into a telescope. Slugger turns into a what's the word? Like a construction vehicle. And then Puddle Drip turns into just like a Cybertronian jet. Yeah.
I would like to find Puddle Drip.
Puddle Drip is currently, well, most likely, located in the High Priest's quarters. You will have to speak to him about entering.
I would like to go in. I mean, I am a son of Prima. We have permission.
Of course.
Yes.
You will, I am certain he will give you permission, but you must ask first, for the priest's quarters are secret to most.
Secret to most.
Is of course the SUN son.
Secrets create evil. Is there evil in this castle?
No.
Oh, my
certainly
Primus.
not.
Then there is no reason for secrecy. Quickly, show me the way.
Well, she looks really nervous and kind of upset that you keep pushing for this. She's going to give Copperclaw a look, sigh, and then walk down the hallway. So right next to the stairs, to the right, is another room. And Catrum's room, by the way, is located at the very end of the hallway, so he's on the far side. So the furthest room from the priest's room. But yeah, she stops in front of the door, and she looks at you. I really do suggest you get the priest's permission. He's right downstairs.
Is there anyone in here now?
My assumption is just Puddle Drip. He's the only one who has constant access to the priest's room other than Catrum and the priest himself.
Then my question is, what is the priest hiding in this room that they would need permission for anyone to enter?
I cannot be certain, but he has his reasons. He is the high priest after all.
Has his reasons to hide things from the primes, to hide things from everyone. This does not make sense.
I don't think he's hiding them from the primes.
Who is he hiding from? His own son?
His son has full access to the room at all times.
Funny, I don't see him here.
Well, that's
Oh my
why
god.
that's why you were asked here.
Yeah.
Catrum's missing.
It's possible he saw something in his room, so I have reason and cause that now he's gone.
Catrum never entered the room last night. Puddle Drip and the priests were in there.
How would you know? You were unconscious.
Well, yes, I was, but
So
we
it
all
is possible that during your unconscious event, that Catrum came downstairs and gone into this room.
This poor servant.
Dude,
Oh.
freaking poor Vepith, man. She's just this is
I'm blessed. Oh my gosh.
Let me
get it under
pick her up
control.
and take her away.
Do you want to come up the stairs right now?
I mean, I've been doing this whole time. Just getting
Yeah,
back.
you can come up the stairs right now. Forge Feather makes it to the top of the stairs. You see this encounter.
Just watching them. Sunblast. Stop. Knock it off.
I am investigating. That is what we are hired to do.
You are wasting time.
Wasting time. You're standing there talking to me, wasting our time.
I gently put a hand on Vefith's back and turn her away and walk down the stairs with her.
She goes with you, but she gives Sunblast a stink eye because it's basically her way of silently saying, "Don't you dare go in that room."
I'd like to open the door.
It doesn't open.
Oh my gosh.
It seems to be locked.
Interesting. Can I bust it down?
Yeah, man, roll the hit.
Dude, you're
Roll
gonna
the
get
hit.
kicked out of the Knights of
Oh
Cybertron.
my gosh.
21.
Oh
for-
yeah,
for a
dude, you hit
law-abiding
the
citizen.
door. Roll me some damage.
Oh my god. How much health does a door have? Like, this is...
It's not gonna have that much health. It's a door.
Max damage.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, so your fist goes through the door, like nice and clean, and then you yank it backwards and pull the whole door off the hinges. And now you just have a door on your arm.
On my arm? Well,
But
I
you
put the door
do-
down.
You do hear like a very startled "Ah!" from inside the room as somebody like spins around and like makes direct eye contact with you.
Hot red-handed.
You can't be in
Hot
here.
red-handed.
This is the high priest's room. You're not supposed to be in here.
Where were you
Yeah.
on the night Cantrum was taken?
Who are you? You cannot
I am
be
the
in here.
hiree to do investigation. I am the son of Prima to do the Lord's work of finding Cantrum. Now, if you cannot answer me, then you are the first one on the guilty list.
Yeah, so this
Oh my god.
this servant, they like, it's a pretty buff looking servant. Like, they're huge. How tall are you, Sunblast?
I'm 33 feet.
33 feet.
Okay, so yeah, they are shorter than you. But it's like buff. Anyways, he like walks up to you and he like jabs you in the chest. You need to leave now.
Me?
And he's like shoving you back out of the door. He doesn't know who you are. He has no recognition behind his optics. He just sees you as an intruder.
Okay, I would like to resist being shoved.
And I come back up the stairs.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can come
come
back up the stairs.
stairs.
Can I hear any of this happening down on the ground?
I see.
You can hear like distant shouting because the window's still open. Yeah, Sunblast, go ahead and roll a strength, and I'm also going to roll a strength.
Horse Feather
12.
comes up the stairs. I
I'ma
just
just-
poke
I'ma
my
just
head out and
roll
I'm
my
like, what is
eyes.
going on?
Just roll my eyes. I'm like,
Okay.
freaking course.
So, Sunblast got
Okay.
a 14, and Puddle Drip got a 21.
Mhm.
So you do not resist the shove.
Right.
You are shoved back a couple steps. You might even trip over the door you put on the floor.
Gently.
Please trip over the door.
Yeah, as you like stumble out of this room with Puddle Drip following after you, that is the moment Forge Feather comes back up the stairs. Vepith also kind of followed up because she heard yelling, and now she's peeking out from behind Forge Feather. Copperclaw, by the way, he is looking at you, and there might be like you can't see it because he has a mask, but he seems amused. What are you gonna do?
Do it. Don't do it. Think before you act.
Takes out a smoke bomb, throws it on the floor, disappears. I'm gone.
I kind of want to just like,
Onyx, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I just want to like lift a wing a little bit just to make sure that Vethith is like at a safe distance, just in case something happens.
She's a guard, man. She can handle herself.
Do it.
Now,
Look at their hands.
Puddle Drip. I was hired by Permius that I'm to investigate Catrum's disappearance. Now, according to every other guard here, you are the only one who not gone unconscious during the event of the kidnapping, making you a subject, and you have not answered me.
You dared.
And you continue
kick
on.
down the
dive
high
and
priest's
deflecting.
door. You need to
Do
get
you have
out
something that
now.
you're hiding?
He does not give you any like indication that he cares about what you're saying. He just wants you out. Nobody else is stepping in, by the way. They're all just kind of watching.
Forge is gonna like take a step closer, like, Sunblast, please.
In fact, you actually, out of the corner of your eye, you see somebody else come up the stairs. You don't recognize this bot, but he is also standing behind Forge Feather, right behind Vepith, and is just like looking.
I begin to leave the castle, but shouting, I am on my way to alert the authorities that you are the one that chose to steal Catram and will not tell us about the rest of the details.
Puddle Drip gives you like an eye roll and then also a loud huff. And then he just kind of does a gesture of annoyance, like, get out of here, go, be gone.
I'm leaving on my
as
own
you-
fruition. And I leave,
We
shutting
leave.
the door behind me.
Okay, well,
You pick up the door
Oh,
and slam it back
No, not
in.
that door, the exit door, not the
Oh,
yeah, the main door.
yeah, the main door.
Yeah, okay, so as you leave, Puddle Drip, like, he kind of calms down, and he looks to everybody else, and he looks exasperated. He's like, some bots, the nerve! And then he, like, picks up...
Need?
What's up?
I just think it's funny. Everybody.
Oh,
Fed
yeah,
up
yeah.
already.
Yeah, he picks up the door that you shoved your fist through and then threw on the floor. And he does put it back on the wall and goes, like, he backs up so that it's on the wall and he's in the room, but it's not, it just kind of like falls back over and you hear a very angry shout. And then, you know, Vepith just kind of like slowly nods her head. Well, that's Puddle Drip. He doesn't take kindly when people enter the High Priest's room without requesting permission.
understandable. By all means.
Oh, gosh. Alright, so everybody just kind of like, you know, they disband. The bot you guys don't recognize, he goes back downstairs and he's like peeking out the windows to see if he can see Sunblast at all. Everybody kind of just goes back to what they were doing. And let's go over to, why don't we have Forge Feather and Cinder? What are you guys doing?
Well, after the commotion, I go downstairs with Forge if they want to follow me, and go to the High Priest and say, we're truly sorry for the scene that was just made. We will be continuing our investigation and hopefully locate your son here very soon. If you excuse us, then I'll start walking out.
Yeah, he doesn't say much other than, please just find him. All will be forgiven.
I really want to go flag down the
And-
bot that we don't know the name of.
Oh yeah, he's standing in that main room with the priest. He's just kind of like peeking out the windows.
Yeah, I wanna go up to him because I want to get this guy's name. And who might you be exactly?
He turns around to you and he gives you like a look up and down. I'm Slugger, one of the guards here.
Were you on guard the night of the kidnapping?
Yes, I was, but I was not stationed outside. I was stationed inside.
Did you still see anything suspicious by chance?
I did not. I was patrolling the different floors. I did go down to the cellar for a short while just to make sure there was nothing suspicious down there. And by the time I came back up, everything was still quiet. I wasn't even aware there was a kidnapping until Copperclaw started shouting.
And nothing set you off prior until then?
Not that I remember, no. I was just doing my routine patrol.
She kind of just taps her chin, like a little in thought.
Was there anything else I could help you with?
Not particularly. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
And then she heads out with Cinder.
He does call out after you. Oh, and if you see that other guy who's just calling a commotion, let him know that he's currently temporarily banned from the church because of damages.
She gives him a thumbs up.
Thank you. All right. So as you guys all leave the church, and you meet up with Stardust. Stardust, what were you doing in that time? Oh, that's right. You went to the marketplace, right?
Yeah, I was trying to find a
That's
person
right. That's right.
to see what was going on.
So you haven't made it too far into the marketplace, so Stardust is currently visible to everybody if you guys wanted to catch up with her. Sunblast, would you have also caught up with Stardust?
No, I'm going to the authorities.
Okay, well you have to go
Oh
to the
my God.
marketplace to do that.
The marketplace has the
where-
authorities? You just buy... Oh, okay, so the rich people buy the authorities.
No,
All right,
that's
so
where
we're
they
getting
all
nowhere
live.
with that one.
Where they all live.
Lock 'em
How
down.
conveniently.
Lock 'em down.
Conveniently.
Yes, there's like a little police
All right,
station.
I guess I go there
There's a little
anyway.
police station in there because there is a lot of possibility for theft anyways, and that's definitely going to be the closest outpost for the authorities. So I guess you would have caught up with Stardust. Alright, so as you all catch up together, and Sunblast looks like he's about to leave to go find the authorities, apparently, a bot stops you all. This bot runs over to you. Let me go ahead and I have to
Who, me? And Stardust?
for the whole
Stops
whole
the group.
Yes, the whole group.
The whole group.
Yes.
You are all
Yes,
out
sir.
with me now?
Apparently
Yeah,
so.
everybody cut up.
Yo,
Yeah, we all cut up. We all cut up to you.
Dang, I must have been moving really slow.
you're taking your time.
Moving at a
You're
snail's
seeing the
pace.
sights.
The DM does not want to separate us, apparently.
No, you guys have to stick together right now.
I probably got really distracted by the nature
Yeah,
and totally
you-
lost track of time. That's
You were
definitely something
definitely
I would
out
do.
there for a while, looking around to try and find something, and then you did stare at the forest, so time-wise.
Forest was pretty. It speaks in languages only certain people who take the time to
That's
listen can
valid.
understand.
There you go.
Alright.
That's deep. I cry.
She just looks at you and gives you a smile.
So let me go ahead, before I introduce this bot here, I'm gonna go ahead and describe the marketplace to you guys. So, the marketplace is just as grand as you would expect, given that the Quintus Prime tribe is known for it. Shops line the streets with colorful buildings and signs. Most of the permanent shops appear to be multiple stories tall, likely to house their owners. However, as you enter the market, you notice that it seems to be mostly empty. There are a few bots within the marketplace, one of which does begin to approach you, as I mentioned. She is a bulky bot with blue and red markings. She appears to turn into some sort of law enforcement vehicle. As
Oh
as
boy.
she approaches, she goes, "Oh, you're the Knights of Cybertron, right? Oh, I love the work you do. Though, if you ask me, I do wish you guys would stick a little bit more to the rules, but that's besides the point." And she kind of circles you guys, looking
We always stick to the rules.
looking each of you up and down. You know, it's kind of too bad that you guys haven't taken anybody from the Prima tribe yet to be your member. I mean, one of us would be sure to keep you all in line.
Excuse me? But also, what is that over there?
What?
You know what? We don't have anyone from the Prima
Stardust?
tribe. Are you from
Stardust.
the
I am,
Prima
yes.
tribe?
Spectre, Prime,
Are you
Tribe,
interested?
Shush.
Oh, we could definitely
Excuse me,
use a
who are you?
competent member on this
Oh,
team
really?
Who
from
are
the
you?
Prima
I'd love to
tribe.
join you guys. You were.
There's only one room for someone from the Prime Tribe, and that is me.
He
Wait,
doesn't know what he's
You're
talking
from
about. He's quite
the
deluded.
Prima tribe?
Yeah, you probably don't know what sticks I'm
Thanks.
from, but it's from the high ups. You probably haven't noticed me at
Oh,
all.
no, I'm one of the higher law enforcement. I work hand in hand with them.
Oh,
I
really?
don't recognize you.
You must be new. My name is what's it? My name is Sunblast. What's your name again? I didn't catch it.
I'm not new. I've been with the Prima tribe since my creation.
Then you should know of me already, right?
No, I've never seen you.
You gotta keep up. You gotta keep up. It's always changing. The times are always changing.
Thinks he's very important.
Stardust?
Well,
Oh, Sunblast, were you talking? Thought I heard something, but I wasn't sure. Was that you?
well, to answer your earlier question,
not.
my name is Siren.
Siren.
Yes. I
Siren.
I don't seem to recognize you, but well, anyways, I'm certain you were.
It's pretty. Yeah, it's forgivable. It's forgivable.
I'm sure as the
Hmm.
Knights of Cybertron, you were on business here, so I will go ahead and let you do what you need to. But if you do have an opening, here is my comm number, and she gives it to you, Stardust. She shoves it into your hands.
No, Siren, I
Excuse me.
actually do have a
Oh
question
yes,
for
how can I
you.
help?
You know, the market seems rather quiet. Is there something amiss, or
Oh,
what's going
well,
on?
You see, I don't know if you've heard, but the High Priest's son was kidnapped, and I think yes, I
Goodness.
came for some supplies, but the one shop that I was here for is closed. I think the people here might be scared that something's going to happen to them. I'm actually on my way back to my own tribe, but that seems to be why everybody's closed shop. The only shops that seem to be open are few and far between.
Well, I suppose we shall have to get to the bottom of it.
Oh, is that why you're here?
Isn't that what we're doing, Stardust?
Oh, we're here for any and all mysteries that need solving and problems that need resolution. So
You
I
guys are
suppose it is
so
now.
cool. Well, I will let you get back to that. She gives you a little finger guns, and she makes eye contact with you, Forge Feather, and she gives you a wink. And then she she turns around. I'll see you guys around.
I love her.
like
Give
her.
me a call if you're interested. And then she kind of just starts to jog off, and then she transforms into her like police type vehicle mode and drives off. She's heading back to her own tribe.
Well, that was an
Stardust is gonna turn.
interaction. wasn't
Stardust
it?
is gonna turn to Forge Feather and go, and Cinder and go. What do you think, guys? Should we improve our gang
I'm
here?
going to
and
ignore them and
I
press
like
forward.
that.
add a real member?
They seem nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
How long have we been at
Where are
this
the
and we've
authorities?
done nothing?
Where's
We've
the
been in,
authorities?
in the church for the last hour.
Oh
or
yeah, by the
something.
way, I lost my hand.
Where's the authorities?
You're
Dylan?
looking
Where's
for the authorities?
That's what I'm doing.
I find the shop that's open.
Yes, okay. So, Sunblast. There is in fact a police station nearby. It is to your left and just a couple shops down. It's kind of towards like the center of the marketplace.
Okay.
And then Stardust. Roll me perception.
Yes. Oh, sweet Solus Prime. Where's it? There it is. Perception. I'm not a big fan of rolling perception.
Unfortunately, you guys have not found any of the combat yet, so
About a 3.
you don't see any shops that are open.
What if
They all-
I
they all look
go in my alt mode and then like get a little bit like more height advantage like up in the air and see what else I can see?
Yeah, roll me another perception.
Okay, I get advantage on perception checks in my alt mode.
Okay, no problem.
I would like to go with Sunblast to the police station.
At the police stop.
Finally, a bot of
18.
choice.
Okay, so Stardust. Congratulations! Now that you have an aerial view, you do in fact see a couple shops that have their lights on. It's hard to tell because it is daytime, but you can see a couple of like glowing open signs. There are 3 shops total that are open that you can see. One of them has a giant red cross, which clearly symbolizes that it is a med shop. There is another shop that looks kind of plain that is open, and then there is one final shop that has very nicely painted, like it looks like a pet store because there are animals all over the side that are painted onto it. And yeah.
Wait, I have a question. Did we
Yeah.
start with any money?
Yes, I
You
did.
should have a
I
base
did
money.
notice that you forgot to choose a starter pack, and I totally blanked on
Think-
making you add one. So
I think
What
I
does
chose
everybody-
it. I just didn't write it down.
Okay. What does everybody have for, Shannon's
I have
lot?
1 energon cube, 10 Shannon,
The starter,
50
the
gold.
starter amount.
Should
Everyone
be
should
the
have the
same.
starter amount. Yeah.
The scouting
It would
kit.
be
That's what I
110,
picked.
50.
Okay, yeah, 110 and 50 for you.
150. Okay. I'm gonna go to the pet shop.
Okay, all right. Is anybody else going to the pet shop?
Yes, but I also want to do something beforehand.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I would like to ask my sweet songbird
Can
if
you
he
please
would.
describe who Songbird is?
Songbird is my very sweet Corvatron, aka Crow. That is basically acting as my minicon. He's a good boy who I have taken in after he injured his wing, and
Oh.
he has never left my side. I love him very much. He's my boy. Anyways, I would like to ask him essentially to just do a little patrolling over the forest area, see if he can spot anything from up above, and then return to me whenever he is ready.
Okay. Yeah, he gives you like a little nod, a little chirp. And then he gives
Thank
you,
you, my
he gives
sweet
you a
songbird.
gentle little peck to the side of your head as like a little kiss.
Aww.
Aww.
And then he flies off. He's heading towards the forest. And he seems kind of
Oh, my
excited because he
friend.
loves he loves the nature, the world of nature. But he loves you more, so that's why he chills with you.
He has his freedom if he so desires.
But yeah, so he flies off. So it sounds like we've got 2 people going to the police station, and then we've got 2 people going to the pet shop, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Mhm.
No, I lied. I picked the mercenary kit. Because I had the little weapons, not the scouting tools.
Okay. Yeah, if you just want to add that to your thing. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the police station, since you guys asked for that one first, and then we will go over to the pet shop. So, as you
Okay.
guys,
I do want to tell something to Sunblast on our
oh
way
yeah, go
there.
ahead.
Sunblast, I don't want to overstep or tell you how to lead, and I do air quotes, lead this team.
You're doing great then.
But we
You
cannot
stop right there.
have-
You're doing great.
we can't have the commotions you did at the church. That's not a good.
Oh,
image
finding
for
the
us.
culprit red-handed? Just doing our job. Again,
Do we have enough evidence?
they did not answer us. Did you get answers from them?
Well, I didn't interview them, but you certainly escalated it very quickly.
I'd like to think I took it just the right amount.
Okay.
No one got hurt,
No, nobody.
Just the
nobody
right
got
amount.
hurt.
as in the eyes of Prima, no one shall get hurt. And I have done so.
That is correct. Nobody got hurt. But are you sure this is the correct bot? We haven't even found
I'd bet your life on it. Now let's continue.
my life.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Very impressed with these
Do
one-liners.
you trust me, Cinder? Do you trust me, Cinder?
Sometimes, and other
Sometimes?
times I don't.
I'll take it. I'll take those odds for us.
Just wanted to let you know, and then I'll just continue walking.
We're doing great.
Alright.
I'll leave a note for whoever our boss is that you're an excellent sport today.
Well, as you guys, talk, and then you make it over to the police station, it's not particularly glamorous. It just looks like it was put up kind of last minute because there was theft, and then the authorities were like, oh, maybe we should have an eye on this area. So it's pretty simple. There's nothing fancy. It just says, police on the front. So as you enter, there only seems to be one bot on duty there, and he looks tired. And he
Alright,
just kind
cool.
of looks at you guys, squints, puts like his hand or his head in his hand, and sighs. How can I help you?
I have one question for this bot. How is the police department funded?
Oh my god.
You're one of them.
What does that mean?
We're independently run. We're all volunteers. None of us
We can
want to
leave
be.
now. We can leave now.
All right, see you later.
Unless you have any follow-ups to that, Cinder.
No? Does it matter?
Well, if they're independent, that means they can be funded by anyone.
Well, did you need anything else, or?
Well, just on the case for the Catrum incident, I'm sure you've heard of it.
Yeah, that's all anybody's been talking about. It ain't too interesting. It just sounds like your basic gold kidnapping to me.
Right? Has this kid ever... Do you know this kid at all?
Catrum? Well,
Yeah.
I've seen him around. I don't really like him. Too
Can you
energetic.
describe their behavior?
Yeah, bounces off the walls all the time. Always kind of wants to get people to race him. Nobody's ever interested. Some of them just do it because he's the high priest's son.
Yes. It's kind of interesting how some people let them get away because they're just the higher-ups. Anyway, do you know of the people who work with that family unit? Such as Vepith, Copperclaw, Slugger, and Puddledrip? Do you know of those bots?
I know of them. Everybody knows of the guards.
And how would you
Servants.
describe the guards?
They do better than most of the police in this tribe.
Interesting how that is about. And their attitude problems, would you consider them to be dangers to society in some cases, or are they just very intimidating to some, which could be put off as threatening? Would they be abusive of their power, of their standing?
Son, I'm gonna stop you there. None of them have any attitude issues. They've all been very pleasant anytime I've had to interact with them.
Very interesting.
Sunblast, just do the report. Let them handle it.
Very interesting. Well, I hope you have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
I leave.
That was a waste of our time, Sunblast.
Cinder, we learned a very valuable detail here.
What?
The child was rambunctious, which means they probably annoyed a lot of people. Any of these people, including their own guards.
I can't argue without logic.
Many cannot. Let's continue.
All right. Well, as you guys head back towards where I assume you're heading back towards the marketplace. We're gonna swap over to Stardust and Forge Feather as you guys approach the very brightly colored pet shop.
I head in right away.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll
There's no
head into
time.
the pet shop right away.
Yeah, as you guys head in there, it seems like most of the tanks and little kennels and whatnot, they seem to be mostly empty. There are a couple of animals, but it doesn't seem like they have much in stock right now. There is a femme sitting at the main counter, and she's just kind of like idly petting a little tiny razor snake, which is just a little snake-like creature. And she's just petting him, and she's making little goo-goo sounds at him. And then she noticed you guys, and you can see a very like obvious blue tinted blush on her face that you guys just saw that. And then she very quickly, she brings everything back in, and she's like, "Oh, well, welcome. How can I help you guys?"
Things. Just looking for a new companion.
Oh, yeah, we do have a couple. Unfortunately, because of the whole incident with the priest's son and all that, well, we haven't had any of our stocks come in. None of the shops. None of our requested stock has been delivered. So unfortunately, I'm just running off of the couple of pets I have left. But we do have a few if you wanted to take a look at them.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Where does the stock come from? That would... I mean, it only just happened. Who would know not to bring in the stock?
Well, I believe the authorities actually requested that nobody be bringing in anything just in case. They don't want to have any miscontaminated, evidence. Is my assumption, at least. Our pets are all creatures that might have grown up in another tribe. Anything that is captive bred or captive living. Nothing from the wild.
See.
So she does stand up and she puts her little razor snake and lets it curl around her shoulder, and it's just chilling there. And she takes you over to the couple of kennels and tanks that do have pets in them. From what you can see, there are 3 different types of pets that are currently available. I mean, there's a couple of each one, but there's only 3 different types. So the first one she shows off is what is called an axolotl.
I love axolotls.
Very similar to what we think an axolotl is. It's just, it kind of looks like one of the Earth-based axolotls, but it's a bit larger, and it has like little propellers on its back towards where its tail is that help it like swiftly glide through any kind of liquids.
Oh my God.
And they're quite cute. There's a couple of them, and they immediately start making like little sounds at you. Then she goes and brings you over to, there are 2 tanks that hold 2 different razor snakes inside. One of them is black with orange markings, and the other one is just like a plain silver. And they don't seem interested. They're just, doing their thing, being little snake guys. And then finally...
Snake.
Finally, in the back of the shop, hanging from the ceiling, are a couple of cages of Corvitrons.
Oh, babies.
There are 2 of them, and one of them seems to have a defect in its plating coloring, because most of the time Corvitrons are very dark colors, but this one has splotches of white, which is very odd for this type of creature. So as the shopkeeper shows you everything she's got in stock right now, she heads back up to the... she looks to both of you and goes, well, did you see anything that interests you?
Yes.
I did as well.
Oh, perfect. All right. Well, if you guys let me know what you want, I can tell you pricing and all that, and we can see about getting adoptions done if that's something you're interested in doing.
How many Corvitrons were there? I already forgot that.
There's 2.
2? I want one
Yeah.
of those.
Okay.
I would like the other one.
Okay. So she brings you over to the Corvitrons, and she gives you kind of a bright smile. Well, right now, we're actually doing a 2-for-1 kind of sale. So you'd only have to pay the price on one of them. If you were interested in getting both of them, and you wanted to pay together. So normally, each individual Corvitron is going to be about 100 Shanix, but together, we can give them for just a single 100 Shanix.
You want to pool your Shanix with me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait. How much Shanix?
We'll have
So
to use an
total-
energon cube.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
total it's 100 Shanix. And if I remember correctly, I believe 1 cube is 100 Shanix.
Okay, yeah.
Is
So
I'll
let's see.
you can use my cube. It's okay.
Oh, okay. I will still. If I was gonna say, like, do you want to break my cube so I can give you 50 Shanix? Or do you just want me to
Sure.
keep my cube?
Just hold on to it.
Okay.
Just put in there that you have 50 Shanix.
Okay.
I'ma hand it to you. To the shopkeeper.
Yeah. So she goes ahead and takes that, and she brings you guys back up to the front because there is a couple of things you need to sign. She hands both of you a data pad. It just kind of has like a disclosure on it where it's like, if we find out that you're abusing these animals, we will take them back. And also it says like, well, you guys are completely responsible, no refunds, blah, 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 blah. And then there's a little thing at the bottom for you to sign.
Sign.
Cool. And Forge Feather, do you sign it?
Immediately.
Yeah, okay. And then finally she gives you guys, she swipes on the data pad and pulls up another page. And this is just like the adoption certificate. So before you guys can name the Corvitrons and then like put your name on the document and the date and all that, I need you both to decide which one you're getting, because we do have like that. There was the plain like a dark blue one, and then there was the one that was like a dark blue with like white splotches on it. So who wants the white splotches?
I don't. If you want the white splotches one, Hex, you can have it since you already have one.
It does not matter to me. I will take it if
Oh, it doesn't matter to me. I was gonna let the Corvitron pick and make the DM do it.
Oh, you want the Corvitrons to pick?
I want the Corvitron to pick.
Oh yeah, let's
Yeah,
let them pick.
okay. Yeah, okay. So you tell the shopkeeper that you want the Corvitrons to pick, and she's like, "Yeah, absolutely," and she goes back and gets them. And they're both kind of sitting on either side of her arm. Her snake, by the way, is not there at the moment. She did put that down.
Good.
Good.
But yeah, so both of them are like sitting on either arm, and they're looking at you. And they're looking, and they're looking, and they're looking. And I am gonna roll something here. Both of you choose either 1 or a 2.
1.
2.
Okay. Okay, so 2. That was for the splotched one. So that's gonna go to Forge Feather. So the one that has like the different splotches, it sees your other little friend. Or no, yeah, no, it sees your handmade Corvitron.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interested. It's like, whoa, what is that? And it just like waddles over. It looks at you, cocks its head, gives you a little nod and a blink, and then it flies onto your shoulder. And the plain one, Stardust, it looks at you, and there's like no hesitation. It immediately flies into your hand, like your outstretched hand. It sits in your palm, and then it ruffles its little metal feathers, and it lays down in your hand.
She's just gonna give it a little cuddle and say, "Hi, my friend."
Yeah, so now you guys have your Corvitrons, and you've got the documents in front of you, so this is basically just where you're going to tell the audience what the names are for your new Corvitrons.
I have to pick now?
You can just use a placeholder name for the time being if you want, because that is something you do when you adopt a pet. You can use a placeholder name, and then you can change it later.
I will, for now, call this little new friend, I think, Domino.
Domino?
Oh my gosh, I love it.
What do you think, Stardust?
You said mine is dark blue?
Yep.
I have no idea.
Yeah, so you guys, you finish up all the documents or whatever, and you walk out of that pet shop with 2 new little friends.
I know what his name is.
What's the name?
His name is Neptune.
Neptune!
Oh, that's lovely.
All right. Yeah, you guys walk out, and as you guys walk out, you also see Cinder and Sunblast heading back to where you guys initially had met up, from where they left the police station. And as you guys kind of go over to meet back up, Forge Feather, your friend,
Where's my guy?
your little guy,
My sir.
he is flying back. And he goes to land on your shoulder and sees there's another Corvitron there, and he like squawks, and then he goes to your other shoulder.
Play nice now.
Yeah, and so, remind me, let's see, because I want you to roll, like, I guess an intellect, to see if you fully understand what your little guy is telling you.
Oh man. Little guy.
You can go ahead and do it with advantage because you talk to these things all the time.
Okay. Well, the first one is an 18, but let's see. I got an 18, so it's 18.
Cool. All right. So, Songbird immediately is like it seems kind of unsettled almost, like it saw something. And
baby.
immediately starts kind of tugging at your helm in the direction of the forest, like it wants you to go there, because you did ask for Songbird to go check out and see if there was anything in there, and it saw something.
Uh-oh.
So you know that, like, Songbird wants you to go there.
I looked at Stardust like, something's wrong. We have to go to the forest, and then just immediately start going.
Alright, what are the rest of you doing as Forge Feather immediately starts going towards the forest?
Going with her.
I follow. And I look
Where's
at...
everyone going?
I look at Stardust and say, I like your little friend.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited to have another friend. Hopefully she gets along with you too.
You guys are heading into the forest. This is the cybernetic forest. It is filled with beautiful cyber-organic trees and plants. The trees are a metallic metal broken up into segments by a beautiful orange biolight, and there's foliage and fauna everywhere. The forest is alive with sounds from its different inhabitants. As you guys traverse through it, is there anything you would like to do?
Look around. See if I see, like, any pieces of torn cloak or any energon anywhere.
Okay.
Any broken branches, that kind of thing.
Any tracks?
Tracks.
I
Yeah,
try my
okay.
best to get in the front.
Want to open my wings so you can't get in front of me?
I'll be in the...
I can just walk around you. You're fine. I'm bigger than you.
I'll be in the rear, just kind of taking notes of what I see.
I'm gonna walk next to you.
So, Stardust.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll perception. Forge Feather, I want you to roll with advantage because your bird saw stuff and it will point things out to you if it sees something.
18.
Okay, so Forge Feather, you see a Corvatron, like a wild one, and you're distracted. You don't like you're completely entranced, and your Corvatrons that are sitting on your shoulders are trying so desperately to get you to stop looking at that one, but you're so entranced that you don't want to.
Fair.
Stardust.
Yes.
You remember from earlier how you heard something while you were outside of the church, and you're like, your hackles are high. You know, you're looking, and you hear what sounds almost like footsteps as you guys have been walking for a bit through here. And they don't sound heavy, they sound light.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will mention, Cinder, you were taking in the sights around you. This area looks suspiciously familiar to you. This almost looks like a spot where you have been spending a lot of time in to help bots in need. However, this isn't quite at that location. Like, it's nearby. You recognize this area.
Okay. I want to whisper to Stardust. I'm like, I know where we are. We're pretty close to my clinic. Do you think they went to get some help at the clinic?
I think it's definitely a reasonable option, especially if he was with, if what's his name? If Catram was with a minicon and he got hurt, and the kidnapping was staged, then he would know to take them to your clinic.
Okay. I will kill. I will kill.
Whoa!
Oh
That
my God.
escalated quickly.
No. I will keep my optics peered, but I'll try to see if I can rendezvous with the clinic.
I will cover for you. If you need anything, I'll check in with you. Just Just keep your mind open.
Will do. And I'll try to kind of leave the group a little bit and try to go towards the clinic.
I'm
Okay.
gonna make sure
Are
everybody else
you-
is distracted.
Okay, are you trying to be sneaky then, Cinder?
Yes.
Okay, so because Stardust is trying to cover, I need Sunblast and Forge Feather to roll with disadvantage on perception to see if you notice. And Cinder, roll me your sneak.
Oh my god, a
Oh.
natural 1!
Oh
my
Why? Why?
Okay, I got a 4.
Okay, so Sunblast, you got a 10, right?
No, I got a 2. I roll both of them at the same time and it adds it together, but it's a 2.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so let's.
It don't matter. You still
Oh
got it
my
higher than
God,
me.
what is
I got
that?
a 1.
So the way this is all playing out here is Sunblast and Forge Feather, you guys are towards the front of the group, okay?
Can I roll to
And-
be a supreme distraction?
Can
Can
I
you
just
roll what?
pretend I don't see?
Can I roll to be a supreme distraction?
So Forge Feather, you can absolutely pretend you don't see.
You can't see my eyes.
Stardust, unfortunately,
Dang.
you already rolled once. So the way this plays out, okay, Forge Feather is pretending she does not see what happens. Stardust is immediately jumping into this group and trying to distract anybody she can. Which would you be doing that through like talking, or how would you be doing that, Stardust?
Yeah, probably talking. If she sees that Forge Feather's ignoring him, she's gonna focus on like insulting Sunblast and just trying to get him riled up so he gets too offended to pay attention.
Okay, so
She's gonna give
Sunblast-
give Forge Feather a look like help.
yeah, Sunblast, you were getting multiple like you don't know where to bring your attention to because Stardust is immediately like throwing hands verbally with you, but you hear like Cinder in the background. He like trips over a log and goes, "Ooh," and then gets back up, and you hear he's just being really loud. And you're curious as to what he's doing back there, but Stardust is being so loud.
Stardust, we've been through this. I could totally take you in a fight. We've already shown it. Now,
Sunblast,
Cinder, what are you doing over there?
Sunblast, look at me.
I turn my
no,
attention, ignoring her
Sunblast.
completely.
You take me in a fight.
What about Forge?
Forge Feather, we already know who is
No,
going now,
Sunblast,
and it's
look
obviously you.
Just
Now,
because you think
continuing forward.
Just because you think you could do so. I haven't even seen you ever pick up a blade.
I summon the birds.
I'm ignoring Stardust.
The murder comes.
I
And send the
look at
crow.
Sunblast.
We stick the crow.
look at Sunblast and I'm like, oh, sorry, I was taking some notes and I didn't see this log here and I tripped.
Ah, well, you know, not all of us can be perfect, but it's here. Let me help you up.
I promise.
I extend my hand and I'm like, thank you for the help.
Yes, Cinder. You are the second of the best of us, and we would be lost if it weren't for me, and you, obviously. If something would happen to me, then we would be lost
Sunblast,
without you.
Seriously, enough already. I grow tired of your loquaciousness.
I am stunned that you know the meaning of that word.
Do you know the meaning of that word, Sunblast?
You don't want to do that, Sunblast.
Luquisha.
However, this is very distracting, and we
Just
need to
because-
continue with this investigation.
Just because you like to go off on tangents and begin soliloquies in which you love to hear yourself talk does not mean the rest of
That's
us
a lot of
share
big
the
words.
enjoyment in that. Yes, I suppose you wouldn't know what they mean, would you? How unfortunate. Anyways, let's move on.
Ah, passive aggressive, the first sign of a damaged brain module. Let's continue.
There's
I'm
a
a
robot
medic.
here that has a damaged
is
brain
not
module, and it's
correct.
you.
I,
Who are
I,
you,
What
Cinder?
happened, Cinder?
you said that those are symptoms of a damaged brain module, and I am the medic here, and that is not correct, sir.
Cinder, would you say
Well,
that
Again, we would be
thinking
lost
things that
without.
aren't true are a sign of a
Thinking
damaged brain
things-
module?
Now, Stardust.
I'm sorry, I can't.
That is
I
called
can't decide,
entrapment.
But
Forge Feather.
I
It's
take
a
a
good
step
thing-
away from the
it's a
group.
good-
As they're all arguing with each other, and you were not a part of it. Roll me another perception check.
Oh boy.
I'm
Believe in
sorry,
you.
guys. This is all an investigation, so 90% of the rolls are going to be perception. Okay.
Ooh,
Good roll.
I got a 15.
All right. So, with that 15, you notice there is what looks like rust smeared onto one of the trees. And it does not, like, that tree is not rusting. That is from something else. And it seems to lead in almost a trail.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow it.
Okay. Yeah. You're in front of the group, too. So, I assume that while everybody else is squabbling, they're just mindlessly following behind you as you follow this trail. Is that pretty true, everybody?
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my head
Yeah.
up high, which is easy to do with my height.
I'm trying to calm down Stardust and not have her, fight with Sunblast.
No, Cinder,
right,
he
so,
don't get it. He just
As you
understand.
It's okay. It's not worth your time. It's okay. Let's just don't worry about it.
Can I just walk with you?
He's not worth it. Yes, you can. Let's just focus on the scenery and enjoy the time out here.
Okay.
All right. So as you
I
guys
love
are
nature.
following this trail of rust that is smeared on these trees, Forge Feather, you were the first to see this. There is a very small yet bulky bot with dark greens and browns standing in your pathway.
Rude.
And he sees you. He makes optic contact with you. You can tell this is a minicon. He is very short. And as soon as you guys make optic contact, immediately leave! Get out of here! I'm tired of your kind! And he transforms and he turns into a crocodilian type
Oh, he's cute.
creature.
Oh,
And he's snapping his jaws at you like ferociously. And he seems angry.
I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm not gonna come any closer. I'm gonna stay right where I am. Sort of, not necessarily I guess bend down a smidge. Be like, and who might you be exactly?
Like you actually care. Your kind are all the same. He does not say his name. He instead seems to shift into a more offensive stance, like he's about to spring.
What makes you think I wouldn't care?
Because your kind are all the same. It's what I've been saying this whole time. So many deaths, they're gone. They're gone because of you.
But you don't
And-
know me.
He snaps his
Who's
jaws
gone?
again. And he slaps his tail against the ground. Don't act like you don't know. I saw where you came from. The Quintus Prime hates us. Oh, the Quintus Prime. The Quintus Prime.
Well,
Hold on.
Suppose it's a
The
good thing
Quintus
we're not.
Tribe despises us.
I suppose
They
it's a
want
good
nothing
thing
to do with us.
we're not a part of the Quintus tribe, then, is it?
It's the unions!
Then why did you come from there?
That was a joke, I'm sorry.
Trying to find
What?
someone. We don't know what happened, and we're trying to get to the bottom of it, but we have no quarrel with you or your people.
And who might you be looking for?
Well, see, we are looking for a member of the Quintus Prime tribe. However, we don't know what happened. The members of that tribe have their own conceptions and beliefs on what happened, but I don't think it happened the way they think it did.
The moment that you say that you're looking from somebody from the Quintus Prime tribe, he does, like, his guard is back up. Any kind of sense that he might have began to trust you is gone. And he lets out this horrifying cackle and glares at you. I knew it. I knew you were here for that wimp. the one who killed us all, the one who made them all go away, and he does not give you the opportunity. He lunges forward and his jaws are snapping, and I need you guys to roll initiative.
That's
Fight,
rude.
little man.
Do I recognize this butt by any chance or no?
You do, actually. He has not seen you yet, Cinder. You're in the back.
Rolled a 19.
Yes.
Hold on.
15 from Sunblast.
Little man got a 13.
I got an 11.
Looks like we've got Stardust up first. This guy, he is actually lunging towards you because you were the one to mention that you were looking for somebody from the Quintus Prime tribe. And he's lunging towards you with his jaws. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna jump behind Cinder.
You let Cinder take the hit.
Backstabbed.
Well, I'm at least gonna jump back towards Cinder. I may not get all the way behind him, but I'm gonna back up and I'm gonna be like, wait, we don't know what happened yet. We seek justice for all. It doesn't matter who it is. You say he's killing people. If he's killing people, then he deserves to pay for his crimes.
Oh, you all lie. You just want him back. You want all of us dead. I know what your kind do. Everybody hates the mini-cons. They do. They do. It's all proof. It's everywhere. I've heard it. I've seen it.
I hate the mini-cons.
And now they're
she's gonna
dead.
point at Cinder.
Oh man, you're wow. Yeah, okay. Cinder, he is so enraged that he doesn't actually recognize you at this point. He is so furious and heartbroken over whatever he's dealing with that he doesn't see you. He just sees you as another bot.
I'm so sad.
Do I have a name for this little bot?
You do. You would know his name is Snapcroc. So when it comes your turn, you can try something.
I'm gonna hold my action though. I'm not gonna attack.
Okay. So that means up next we are going to have, it looks like Sunblast.
Okay. Well. Let's see. So
An
no one
attack
has
of
taken a
basically
hit yet.
defenseless minicon.
Did I say I was going to?
Whoa! he ain't defenseless.
Swallow
He's
that
like-
mic.
Sunblast is like, I smite you in the power of the crime.
May the power of crime compel you.
The power of crime would
I would
compel you.
like,
Smells like holy
Need a
water.
sticker of that. May the
I
power
hold
of
up
crime compel
a
you.
image. Yes. I would like to transform into my Nautilus drone mode and get some height.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay. Transform. I don't know. You're gonna add sound effects, right? Anyway, as I'm gaining height, I'm going to use my bonus action to turn on a mini shield, but then I'll hold my action because I haven't seen anyone else attack yet. And
Okay.
yes, but so I'll roll my shield real quick.
Okay. All right. So, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'm holding my action as well.
Okay. Yeah. So, that means next up is Snapcroc. And he is still intent on going after you, Stardust.
So
So-
rude.
Yeah, he's gonna lunge forward and try to hit. So let me get a roll in here.
Can I try to step in?
Yes, you can. Yeah, are you gonna step in front of her?
Yeah.
Okay. So to hit, he got a 22.
Oh, sweet Solus
That
Prime.
hits.
Yeah. So he hits, and then let me go ahead and roll damage here. 7 damage.
Cinder.
As his jaws grasp onto your leg and he digs his teeth in. And immediately he tries to start shaking his head back and forth. But he doesn't manage to get too far as of yet. So that's going to be the end of his turn. Up next, we are going to have, I believe it was, Forge Feather.
Hi, yes. I'd like to, I guess, come around behind Snap. What was his name?
Snapcroc.
Snapcroc? Yeah,
Rock.
Snapcroc. I want to, I'm deciding if I want to just see, I don't want to necessarily bind him. but he is attached to Cinder's leg at the moment.
You can try and pull him off if you want.
Oh my
I don't
god!
want to end up hurting Cinder. No.
I'll give you a look like don't do anything.
Don't. I kind of want to like just come behind him and like put a hand like on his back.
I'm gonna bite you, buddy.
That's fine.
He's a feral little guy.
It's okay.
I love him. I want
I'm
him.
sorry for
Alright.
your fallen comrades, but I don't think you know exactly what you're doing.
All right, he snarls like the most ferocious snarl he can manage, and he seems to like bite down harder on Cinder's leg, but he's not doing any extra damage, but he's more latched on there now. All right, is that the end of your turn, Forge Feather?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Cinder, you're up.
As Snapcroc bites me and Stardust says Cinder, as in like, why did you do that? I give him a look and I go like, it's okay, Stardust. I know this bot. Let me do my thing. And I will give him a hug and say, it's okay, Snapcroc. I'm here. You can trust them. It's gonna be all right, buddy. Tell me what happened.
Can you roll me a charisma?
Oh yes!
22,
Nice
22.
roll.
All right, yeah. So, as you speak to him, recognition seems to like flood into his optics, and this little crocodile looks at you and he squints for a moment, and then he seems to kind of come to his senses and
Nearsighted.
realize who you are. And slowly, he lets go of your leg. Flecks of energon are going to be, dripping from that injury, but he kind of looks at you almost ashamed and looks around and realizes that not a single one of you attacked him. So you guys are officially out of initiative as he transforms back into his robot mode. And he's very quiet as he just kind of looks up at you. And he seems sad, very, very sad, heartbroken, in fact.
I'm gonna shove Cinder. Cinder, what in Vector Prime's name were you thinking?
I knew he wasn't gonna do that much damage. He's not that bad.
Could have been
He's
hurt.
okay.
More.
He's a good bot. It's okay. I'm okay. I can heal this. It's okay. I'm a medic.
And Cinder, you would know that Snapcroc is from a small village of minicons that live near your clinic, and you have been helping them over the span of time you've had that clinic to make sure that if anybody ever was injured or hurt, you're helping them out and making sure they're safe and taken care of.
Yeah. I look at Snapcroc and it's like, are you okay, Snapcroc? What happened? Tell me. Is the village okay?
He starts to shake, actually. And he kind of wipes at his optics, and he seems to be having a hard time speaking at this point, but he manages to get out a small, they're gone.
What do you mean gone? As they move or?
No, they're all dead. They're all gone.
When did this happen?
Recently, I've only been able to find one other from the tribe that was alive, and she's here. I'll take you to her. She knows what happened. I was out and I came back and they're gone.
Take us there. Let's go. And I will pick him up and have him just point out where he wants, so I can just run with him.
I'm gonna go with you.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else have anything they want to do before you guys start following where he's showing you?
I'll transform and land back down, and I'll follow.
Okay.
I will simply follow.
Okay. All right. So, little man, Snapcroc, is going to go ahead and lead you a bit further into the forest. He seems to be heading in a very similar direction to your clinic, Cinder. Likely because everybody in that village kind of saw that as a safe place. Like if there was anybody who was ever in trouble and they felt like they couldn't go back to the village, they would go there. So the one thing you do know is that this village is technically it's still within the Quintus Prime tribe's like barrier or boundaries, so it's under that tribe's rule. And okay, so as he begins to lead you in that direction, he just quietly like mumbles for you to stop, and he wiggles his way out of your arms, and he transforms back into his little crocodile alt mode, because most of the time when you see him, that's the alt mode he's in. And he looks back at all of you. She's just this way. Let me go get her so she's not startled. And he goes into an area with some rather thick foliage. And he is out of sight at this point. Is there anything you guys want to talk about or do while he goes to get whoever the bot that he's grabbing is?
I need you all to be calm. I saw that you didn't attack them first
Cinder.
time first seeing them, but
I'm always calm.
My Primus.
I beg to
Stardust,
differ.
don't get started.
Sunblast?
Forge
Calm down. He
has
said he
the
needs everyone
biggest
to be calm.
scowl on her face.
Calm down, please.
Calm. Calm. This is peak calm.
Let me do the talking. Okay.
Absolutely, Cinder. I wouldn't have it any other way. I look everywhere nervously.
Stardust is gonna glare at Sunblast. And take a step closer
Forge
to
is
Cinder.
like,
You need to
Forge is
stop
ready
staring at
to
me,
tackle
Stardust. Your
Sunblast.
I didn't say
person's gonna get
stare, I
jealous.
said glare.
Same thing.
Different!
Same thing.
I'm gonna
What
smack
portrait
you.
are you talking about?
Nothing.
Alright, so as you guys once again immediately go back to arguing with each other.
I know what you expected from us.
Snapcroc comes back, and he just waddles out from the bushes, but he's not alone this time. There's another bot with him, and this bot is wearing a cloak. As he steps out, he kind of just nudges his friend forward with a snout, and then he looks over to Cinder, gives him a small, sorrowful nod, and he leaves. He's heading in the direction of your clinic, Cinder. It's
They
almost
just
like
start
he's-
running?
No, he just kind of waddles off.
Oh.
Like he's done. He's done with the conversation. He's done talking. He doesn't want to deal with it anymore. So he's gonna go walk back to your clinic, Cinder, and he's probably gonna go curl up under one of your tables and go to sleep.
Oh.
Cute.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
done. So unless
Okay.
anybody stops him, that's what he's doing.
This is Snapcroc, right? Not the hooded
Yep,
figure.
this is Snapcroc. The other
Yeah.
figure is still there.
Yeah, I'll let him go.
Okay. All right. So this other figure steps forward, and clearly a minicon, because she's quite small. She has a hood up over her head at the moment, but as she takes you all in, she finally removes the hood. And while you can't see her full body because she does have a cloak on, I will still go ahead and describe her. She is a small femme with a darker color palette. She is a dark purple with blues, reds, and pinks mixed in to create an almost sunset type of look. It is not clear what she turns into because she does have her cloak on and all that. And that cloak has faded micron symbols on it. She seems hesitant at first, but Cinder, you do recognize this bot because she is clearly part of that village that you were helping. before you can even try and remember what her name is, though, she does introduce herself. She steps forward, looks at you all, and goes, I'm Soulstep. I was told you were looking for answers?
Yes, Soulstep, we're here to help. Snapcroc told me the village was attacked and everybody's gone.
She looks down at her feet and looks pretty uncomfortable. Yeah, they're gone, and it's so horrible to think about. It still plays over and over in my mind. What I had to witness, my whole village slaughtered. It's true. They're gone. I don't know if there's any other survivors other than Snapcroc and myself.
I will kneel down and grab her hands almost as if I was proposing, but it's just like, I need you to tell me everything. I need you to tell us everything you saw so we can help find these bots and bring them to justice.
As you take her hands into your own, you notice that her right arm is entirely gray and covered with flakes of rust. And she almost seems to wince when you touch it. And she looks away, and she carefully pulls her hands from yours and takes a step back. It's so much. So they know the priest's son, Catram, he's gone. I know he's missing. And she immediately looks away. He took a group of bots from the tribe and took them to our village and ordered us to be slaughtered. All of us. I only got out because I was able to hide while my family and friends were killed. And they used their magic on us, and I witnessed one of our members turn entirely to rust. Just gone in an instant. And she kind of falls silent after that. If you guys have any questions or anything, you can try and ask her now.
As Sunblast, I would like to say I told you so to everyone else in my group and party, that I knew there was evil in that castle.
I'm so
I could
sorry.
sense it. Again, this is me, Prima, from the Prima tribe, being right again. I just want that to be noted for future documentations. Now we have
Sunblast,
further
it's not
proof
the
that
time.
Puddle Drip is one of the culprit, I bet.
I'll find
It's
it
not the
out.
time to brag, Sunblast.
I wasn't bragging, I was just for the record.
That's a type of bragging.
Soulstep, I just want to let you know that they know that a tribe has done horrible things to you and your tribe. I just want to make sure that you know that as the Knights of Cybertron, we stand for justice. No matter who commits the crimes, they will suffer the according consequences. We'll do what we can to make a horrible deed just a little bit better. Because I know we can never truly erase the stain of what was done to you and your family. But I promise you.
I want to
Little
say
stuff.
Sunblast is trying not to cry, but is crying a little bit because he's so proud of how Stardust said that.
You were gonna say because he's so proud of being right.
I thought that's where that was gonna go too.
I will say there's probably 5% of him being that, but it's mostly being proud of Stardust.
Wow.
Yeah, as you say this to her, Stardust, Soul Step just kind of, she looks up at you with just a little glimmer of hope, but then shame seems to wash over her, and she looks back down at the ground.
I'm gonna look at her. Okay, go ahead.
I was one of the ones who caused a crime, though. She lets out like a deep, shaky sigh. I kidnapped him. I kidnapped Catrum. It was me. But I never wanted to hurt anybody. I wasn't looking to hurt anyone. I wanted to send him off-world where he couldn't do any more harm.
Stardust is gonna kneel down. She's gonna go, I understand that you were hurting, and it was the only thing you could think to do to make it better. You know where he is now? Is he still alive, or is he still on world?
I also believe in second chances. Like, this kidnapping does not equal murder, so you know, I think you're fine. I don't think that. Yes, we'll make this just.
Pythial Sparks Sunblast.
What? Sunblast believes in second chances.
Yeah, Sunblast, she does give you like a thankful glance. And then she looks back to you, Stardust, and then just kind of glances around at everybody else here, just to kind of gauge the expressions. Forge Feather, how are you feeling right now? Like, what is your expression and thoughts and all that?
Kind of hard to see my expression when half of it is hidden by my helmet, but
I love that about your design, though, because it makes
No.
you like super mysterious
Love
and
them.
cool
It
guys.
does. No, you look
vibes.
sick.
just she's letting Soul Step speak as she needs to. She feels right now that there's nothing that she can really add necessarily. It's not her place right now to be speaking.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so Soul Step she seems defeated at this point, but she also seems somewhat relieved because she got that guilt off of her chest. He's still here. He's not hurt. He's unharmed. He's fine. I can take you to him. And she goes ahead and turns around and gestures for you all to follow her. And she begins to head to this absolutely massive cyber-organic tree that almost seems to resemble a house. There is an opening at the base of the tree, though it's very small. It is, in fact, mini-bot sized, or mini-con sized. And if any of you were looking to get in there, you'd probably have to crawl through the entrance. But she kind of stops in front of the tree and says to you all, I'll go get him. And she disappears inside the tree. Which she does return shortly. It does not take her long. She has to drag this bot out the front door because he's too tall to, like, walk through it. So he's on his back and she's dragging him by his feet.
Here for it. Deserves it.
Good for her.
Yeah, and as he is revealed, this is Catrum, but his head is currently covered with, like, a bag. So he can't actually see anything, and his hands are bound behind his back. And immediately, he speaks up as he is being dragged out into the real world once more. I demand you release me! My father will have your head for this!
My father will hear about
Let
this!
me leave!
Yeah, I know.
Potter!
Sunblast
tell
would like to look at Cinder, Stardust, and Forge Feather, and then take out his parchment paper and pen and write something down. And on the pencil and paper, he shows to Forge Feather, Cinder, Stardust. He has a bag over him. He doesn't know who's going to hit him. Can I hit him?
Absolutely. I'm just gonna nod.
Forge
Like,
nods
really
furiously.
excitedly. I'm gonna nod.
I don't nod, I just turn around. I don't see anything.
Can I punch him?
Yes, you are gonna have to roll the hit.
Do I have advantage since she's like tied
Yep.
up and bagged?
Yep,
Okay, cool.
you do in fact have advantage.
Okay, so this is the first one.
Tied up and bound or prone.
I know, right?
I get double advantage.
So that's 14.
It doesn't hit.
Are you
Can I do
serious?
it? Can I try?
It's my turn. It's my turn. It's my turn.
Yeah,
Forge feather,
everybody
go
can
forge
take
feather.
his turn
This is
swinging.
like a pinata. My turn. My turn.
Never give up on hitting a bratted rich kid.
Yes.
That's also to you, listeners. Don't be a bully, though.
Whoa.
Get their ass
Come on,
kicked.
Hex.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh my
Hex, I'm
God.
Your turn.
sorry, neither your 11 or 9 will hit.
Is it roll? Hang on. I gotta see what my.
I like gesture for Stardust like a after you kind of thing.
Can you guys describe to me how you're missing him?
I don't
I just-
even know. He's bound.
I
This is
instead of
something the
punching
DM has
him,
to come up with.
I like
Oh
I
my
crack
gosh,
my
okay, I
knuckles
missed
at, like
two.
by his audio receptors.
Okay, well we can go back to the top if Sunblast wants to go ahead and give it another
I can-
swing.
Yeah, we're
I'll
not.
give
We're
it a
not like
try.
in
You want
combat.
to give it a
Yes.
try?
We'll let Cinder go.
As you guys are throwing your fists at him, he just like he doesn't know you're there. He just like keeps
Right.
squirming and ducking and dodging
Oh
and
my.
weaving.
I got a 14.
I'd
Come
like
on,
to
come on, come on.
I'd like to
That's all.
imagine
Try,
we're
little
all
boy.
like that we're throwing like punches in the air, like letting out aggression, but it's like
We're
really
stretching.
by his head. Just
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Sunblast goes in.
I just threw
Yes!
dirt in his face
Sunblast!
into the bag.
21.
With that
Advantage.
21,
Okay.
you absolutely hit. Roll me some damage, and what part of his body were you aiming for?
Face. I'm trying to shut
That's
him
what
up.
I thought.
As he-
Yeah, this entire time he's like squawking about
6
how
damage.
As he
he's important.
as he lands that damage, as he lands that punch, I'm just gonna go. Oh my Primus! I did not see that rock or that branch.
good cover, good cover.
All right, so you did 6 damage. Cool. All right, so you hit him, and he like falls backwards, and screams indignantly, like, "Oh, who the slag would dare! I am so angry right now. I'm going to tell my father." And he does a little sniff, and he's gonna make sure that whoever you are, you're not going to live another day. You will be branded a traitor, and you will never come back to this tribe.
I suppose.
And as he's like screaming, what else? would you
Boring
guys say?
conversation
I
anyway.
suppose
Let's move along.
want to be rescued then, and we should just leave you here. The mercy of the
I was
forest.
actually Stardust. I was thinking highest bidder on the black market.
Oh, that would be so fascinating.
I like that one.
We could even
Yeah,
get
I
anything
think that
for
would be
him.
a great idea.
We need to calm down. We don't want to become them.
Yeah, but Puddle Drip did
Thunder-
send us
Thunder,
here
he
to
doesn't know
beat
that
him
yet.
up.
It's just a little bit of making sure that he'll understand what we're going to tell him next.
Right? We were hired by Puddle Drip to make sure there was no witnesses being caught, and now we
Puddle
have
Drip?
Tantrum.
Just
Yes,
My father's pathetic servant? He sent you here?
yes, he hired
Who
us.
are you?
We are
Remove
the
this
hirees.
bag.
oh my god.
After we sell you on the black market, I think that's what we will actually
What?
do. We'll
Didn't
get paid
use the
twice.
magic
Isn't that right,
word.
everyone?
Oh, of course. Unless, of course, you would pay
I
him
think that's a
more
grand
to
idea.
return you safely.
I need to roll something.
Famous DM's last words.
Said
Yeah.
so quietly.
This is taking an unexpected turn, guys.
Oof,
Okay,
oof, that did
So-
not work.
That one. Nice.
yeah.
Whatever that
So-
happened.
Catrum got a nat 1. You see, there is like, he's got those giant spoilers on his arms, and smoke is like coming out of them. But
Interesting play.
he continues screaming and kicking his feet and throwing a temper tantrum. And Soul Step just kind of sighs. I cannot believe this is the beast that ordered for my village to be killed.
Yeah, he's very gassy.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, you know what? It is what it is. I'm just calling it like I can see him. I mean, he's just
He-
got a lot of hot air built up inside of him, apparently.
DM, how much authority do we carry as like a governing body slash judge, jury, executioner system on this in this time
Holy
frame?
scrap.
You,
No, I just
you
want to
guys
dole out
actually
punishment for
hold.
Can I be the executioner?
Yeah, you guys
What's that?
actually do hold quite a bit of power because you initially came together and it was solely to help anybody and everybody you can. And so all of the tribes and their priests and whatnot, they did go together at a conference and talked about it. And you guys have authority. You cannot dictate rules or laws, and unless it is entirely necessary because of combat, killing somebody is frowned upon. But I mean, if you have to, you have, like, if you guys have a good reason, you know, everybody will just be like, oh, cool, all right. So that's the kind of authority you guys hold. People respect you.
Okay.
Well,
I don't want to kill
wanna-
this guy. I just want him to
wanna-
stand trial for his crimes.
I want to
Does he
look
need to
at.
stand on both legs?
He does not.
Sorry, sorry. As Prima, I mean, of course they will. Of course they will.
I mean, I suppose if he accidentally lost a leg, the blacksmith could always make him something.
Does he need a mouth?
What? You're gonna remove my leg? Well, don't.
If you don't,
You
Shut
don't
up.
Like the
behave.
mouth that's running on
Guys,
him.
You don't shut up.
You see, my father
You don't
has
care.
so much Shannock.
you don't care.
You don't need to do that.
You think we
Oh,
can
okay.
be bought?
I mean, you were sent here by my father's servant, right? Right?
How young and naive.
I can
a
give you
fool
double,
are.
triple what Hugh is paying you.
All we want is justice.
Yeah, but if they see you return, we're out of a job. You gotta make it worth our while.
Oh my god, another natural one. Oh my god. Oh my
Nothing like
God.
seeing a rich little kid struggle.
Oh my god. Yeah, he absolutely sounds horrified and quite scared. He's trying to look around, but he still has his bag on his head, so he can't actually see anything. And he starts kind of kicking at the air in hopes that one of you is close enough.
Really?
But I don't think any of you were standing that
No.
close, so
Are you really trying
Yeah,
to
you're
kick
good.
the air? Realize we can see you, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Anyways, about that payment. Yeah. Do you guys want like 4 times the amount that Puddle is paying you? Cause
You
I
have
got
that on you
don't
right
need
now?
your
You have that
filthy
on you right
money.
now.
No, I can give it to you back at the castle. We can talk to my father, and we'll tell him that you guys were my savior, and it's gonna be great.
Let me guess, the father that owns the emerald mines.
Ooh, I don't know what you mean there. My father is a great guy. You know, he really does have a lot of money, and he'll pay you. He'll pay you handsomely. Come on, come. You know.
How about we make it like, what's that really evil thing some businesses do? In chunks, portions, so they pay for each part.
Ooh.
No,
I think that's a great
Price
idea.
For an arm, a price for a leg,
Yes.
perhaps your eyes.
Yeah. So, as you
Thanks.
guys are taunting this man, those spoilers that I mentioned before that were shooting out smoke, flames come out of them. And the bindings on his hand melt, and his hands are free. And immediately he jumps up and rips the bag off of his head.
Punch him immediately.
I go to tackle him.
I full on go to punch mode. I would like to roll to hit right
oh
now.
my god. Yeah, man, go to roll a hit.
Why did that do
yes!
nothing? 16.
It was an
Yeah.
involuntary reaction, just
Yeah.
boom.
His face
Yeah.
startled me.
You absolutely you hit him. Go ahead and roll me some damage there.
This kid's nose, if he has a nose, is already like crooked, just bleeding, teeth
It's
are falling
concave.
out.
9 points of damage.
Oh my gosh, yeah, dude, hold on, let me add that to his chart here.
Wait, didn't he already lose 6
God, you
shots
guys
of
hate-
damage?
Yeah, I'm so glad you guys hate him because that's what I wanted.
I mean, rich, spoiled kid. I was gonna say white, but we can't tell at this point. He's blue, right? Never
He's
mind.
blue.
Sorry, I don't
Oh,
see colors
guys.
here.
Okay, So you hit him, and yeah, he hated that.
Forge
Gee, I
feather,
wonder
go
why.
forge feather.
He like yelps, but before anybody has the chance to step in, I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh.
Because we have officially jumped into initiative order.
That's what I was hoping by punching him.
Yeah, so Soul Step is also going to be joining
I
initiative.
rolled a nat
here.
20.
Mhm. Nice. Sunblast got a
nice.
Well
5.
done. I got a 13.
I got a 2. What the
What?
heck? Last time it was a 3.
Single
Okay,
digit
so-
squad.
Oh,
high
it's
five.
okay. Don't worry. Soul Step also got a 2. And
I know I
Oh,
haven't
well-
punched him or, said that I hate him, but,
Yeah.
still being neutral. I don't have to have a 2.
So Catrum got a nat 20.
Rolls with
So
advantage?
what was that?
Rolls with advantage?
No, one's for
No. One
No,
was
this
for the
is-
soul step.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot, I forgot. Okay, yeah, sorry. My
Yeah,
brain.
one was for Soul Step, and this one was for Catrum. I think I'm actually, I'm gonna give it to the enemy in this case. So Stardust, you will go second. Catrum. He immediately goes to use an ability, and suddenly there are 2 Catrums. And they are taunting all of you. Both of them. They're saying the same thing, but they're just 10 times louder now because there's 2 of them. And he's just, you guys are stupid! And immediately, both of them kind of like run around your group to try and throw you off, and that's gonna be his turn.
I
Now we gotta deal with 2 rich kids.
Joy.
let's see. I'm gonna use. I'm assuming he just kind of cloned himself, right? Like a hollow partition.
Yes, basically.
Instead of wasting time figuring out which one is which, I'm gonna use my mind reading ability and figure out which one the thoughts are actually coming from.
Okay. Do I need to roll anything, or do you need to roll anything for that?
I don't believe so. It says you can read the thoughts of most creatures, but the creature may also peer back. You can use this spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see. When you cast a spell or as your action during the duration, you can search for thoughts within 30 feet of you.
Okay. So,
And then I think we
On
discussed
one-
that I also get like whatever surface thoughts he's thinking.
mhm.
That's it.
Yeah,
As I
so
probe deeper.
for one of them, the one that's on the left of your group, it just sounds like a microwave is going off.
Beep beep beep.
That's all you get from it. The other one actually does have thoughts, and so that's the one on the right. And his immediate thought is, I need to get out of here. I need to get back to the church.
Okay.
Stardust, I have a quick question for your ability. Is it everyone that's around you, or do you have to focus it on someone?
I don't know. That'd be a DM call.
It's all the creatures.
It's all the creatures? Well,
Within 30.
Sunblast's surface thoughts is maybe magic is real.
That'll be fun if every time I use the ability, someone tells me a random surface thought their character's thinking.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Deal.
Actually, I love that.
Oh no.
That means you two next, bud.
Oh no.
What's your surface thoughts?
Cinder was looking at Stardust and says, "She's magnificent."
Mine's just bird
Bird-
noises.
I love it. What is Soul Step thinking?
Oh, Full Step, yes. She has this. First, you can kind of feel like her anger, but then she thinks, I can't let him get away with what he did.
Okay. And then using whatever little bit of my turn I have left, I'm going to point at the one the thoughts are coming from and go, that's the real one. He's going to run.
Whoa, whoa, what are you talking about, buddy? And you hear this from both sides. And it's just really loud. Alright, so that's the end of your turn?
I don't think I can do anything else. I think that was my whole action. Unless I just want to like chuck
'cause
myself
you
at
used
him,
the-
but
okay.
I don't think that would go down well considering I have like 20 health.
Okay. Yeah, we can go ahead and move to Forge Feather.
I would like to tackle the right one down to the ground.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and roll to hit.
Is that strength or
Mhm.
okay? Well, I got a 4. Well, it's technically a natural 1, so
Faceplant.
Yeah, he also got a 4, but because yours is a nat 1,
Yeah.
his was a 3. You slam into him, but he uses all the force he has to like meet your strength, and he stays standing.
have I fallen over, or am I just like smashed against him?
Yeah, you're like smashed against him.
Ow.
Yeah, it's kind of like you just hit like the sturdiest wall that you've
Well-
ever hit with your your body.
Well, can I then? I got 100 feet of steel wire rope. I think I'm gonna just try to tie him up.
Yeah, we can do that. I'll have you roll another strength,
Oakley dokley.
and I'll have him roll strength as well to see.
Come on. Well, I got an 18.
Okay, he got a 9. So, yes, you absolutely... You start going all the way around him with your wire, and you start tangling him up. And getting his feet together and his hands together, and he falls backwards because he can't even stand at this point. And he is prone.
I did it.
You did it.
Big smile, big thumbs up.
Yeah. So next we're going to go ahead and move over to Sunblast.
So they're on the ground.
Mhm.
They're grappled by
Mhm.
Forge Feather.
Yep.
How are they looking?
He has a bloody nose.
That's it?
I mean, he looks like roughed up. Like he was pristine previously because he thinks very highly of his lovely sports car painting.
I mean, so do I, but not of his.
Yeah. But he does look like he took some hits, but he looks like he can get back up.
Okay. Well, neck chop, knock him out, but that's not gonna work, is it?
No, it wouldn't knock him out.
Okay.
It would force him to transform, because we've seen it happen before in the comics.
Yeah,
That's
but he's
true.
blind. Do you really want him to transform?
He would be binded in vehicle mode, so he can't
might
really
break it.
try to kick. I
Alright.
guess.
I think we're gonna smack him in the optics again.
Okay. All right. Yeah, roll a hit. You get advantage because he's grappled.
If it rolls. 13, probably not gonna do it.
No. Unfortunately.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'll turn into my drone mode.
Okay. All right. And is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Cinder, you're up.
He's grappled. I would like to grab some feathers from my wings, and I pull them out as if they were kunais, and I want to try to aim at his joints, as his shoulder joints, to like incapacitate him more, so he can't really like try to wiggle.
Okay. Roll the hit.
No, 13.
Oh no, you get advantage because he's.
Oh, right.
The dice gods really don't like you guys tonight. Wow, the guys thought.
5.
Wow.
Yeah, when you throw your weapons, a big blast of wind hits and they fly off in the distance.
No. I guess that's all I can do.
A strong wind.
I know, it's a really strong wind. Alright, was that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that would be the end of my
Okay.
turn.
So now we've got Soul Step. And she is, let's see. Soul Step is actually going to, she has dual daggers that she pulls from her hips. And she rushes forward. And she's going to go ahead and roll to hit. Dude, the dice gods hate us. She got
What
a
is
4 to
going on?
13.
Like
Which neither of those
consistent.
hits. So,
Really
is
low
now-
high rolls for level 3s. We're all gonna die.
She is now going to use an ability. This ability is called Forced Recharge. Basically, I'm going to roll a d20, and if I roll a 12 or higher, the target opponent is going to be put into a forced recharge, and this basically skips their next attack if they're in combat. If she rolls and she got a natural 1...
Oh,
What is going on?
Do
You
they
should
get
get
advantage because they're
advantage.
grappled?
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Okay, she got a 16, guys. She got a
Woo.
16, which means Catrum instantly he's blacked out. He's snoring. His illusion from earlier, it's gone. It dissipates. And Soul Steps takes a step back and lets out like an exhausted sigh. Okay, that should keep him down for a little bit at least, for you guys to figure out what you're going to do. And I'm gonna go ahead and end combat here.
I would like to more
Black market,
securely
anyone?
bind this dude because he's gonna wake up and like throw hands.
Yeah, go ahead.
I need to roll for that, or do I just like
Well, we-
bind him?
Nope, you're good. He's passed out and he's grappled, so you're good.
Well, if we just take the connector points that supply power to his limbs, turn them off.
do you know how to do that?
Soul Step speaks up. Well, I mean, you guys, you do have a medic with you.
Yeah.
But I don't really know what you plan to do with him now that you have him.
Black market.
Well, Sunblast, we can't do that, but he does need to pay for what he did.
We'll
we
get
have like
paid
a
for what he
society, like
did.
a place where we can, if we find like a transgressor or somebody who did commit a crime like this, because technically under law, you know, minicons are still, they have their own prime. They still have, you know, like equal standing in like the group of high priests, like notwithstanding tribal grudges and stuff. Do we have a council or committee we can call to have somebody stand for a trial like this?
Unfortunately not. They are going to be handled by whatever tribe they're part of. And as a whole, you know that minicons are hated by most Cybertronians. They're discriminated against, and they are not, like, if they were to go into trial, if something bigger, that minicon would not win.
Do you think we should do?
So because he slaughtered minicons, you know that if you brought that somewhere, it would probably go like under the rug.
I mean, we
Right.
could always send him
Right.
off world, like they plan to do.
That's what. Again, that's where I was at. Started
You were asking about
the black market off world.
Sunblast. What does the black market have to do with sending someone off world?
The highest bidder are usually off world. I mean,
My premise, Sunblast.
he's from
Aren't you supposed to be like
yes.
a soldier of Prima?
Yeah, I never said I wanted to kill him.
Suggesting
He
trafficking.
gets to live just far away. No. That's different.
I'm gonna like look at Cinder and be like, is it though? Is it really?
Is not.
Cinder,
I
what do you think we should
He
do?
should go off world.
Or
Maybe a family wants to adopt him off world. That could consider still black marketing.
Sunblast. Just be quiet.
Sunblast. It's
Maybe
We're in a
he'll find
tricky-
a family that can teach him manners.
Are you sure he won't come back?
Well, we can make sure he
Oh my
doesn't come
gosh,
back.
Sunblast.
No.
No, but
We could put him into another body.
DM, how far can I world walk?
Yeah, you are still in training at this point, so you do not have the full skill set to be actually going to a different planet. You can definitely go much further than most of the people in your tribe. And for the listeners, by the way, World Walkers are specific to Stardust's tribe, which is
Prime.
the Vector Prime tribe. And World Walkers are basically very skilled members of the tribe that can use their abilities to open portals and go to different planets. Most people within that tribe can only open small portals to go very short distances, but Stardust is in training for that, and so you can go pretty much anywhere you want on Cybertron with that ability, but you can't get off
Okay,
world yet.
that's fair. I just wasn't sure how far I could get.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't support what he did, but how?
Cinder, if we don't,
What are we gonna do after we return him in?
we all know he won't stand a just trial.
I'm not saying we kill
I
him.
don't want to kill him either, but he'll just kill more. We can't just let him go back.
Stardust has a point.
I know, but what of his associates? We don't even know who
Oh, but I
helped him.
guarantee you he was the ringleader.
Yeah, but now there's more bots out there, targeting the minicons.
Cinder, I just thought of something. It just came to me in a beam of light from Prima himself. If he disappears, what is stopping him from being a martyr to his people and therefore causing even more deaths as well? We're in a catch-22. 21? I don't know. Math is hard.
I'm not saying we kill him. I'm not saying we.
You can just say he fled. We just get evidence of him leaving the planet, and we can say that he left. That shreds his honor into ribbons, and we still solve our problem. You can't make a martyr out of.
How would we explain?
I got it. We saw him running away, holding hands because he just got married to a minicon.
That'll make things worse, Sunblast. Minicons are already hated.
Yes, but
Or we threaten him into submission.
because he would be married to a minicon. Oh well, there's.
How do we explain the energon blood in the room and the fighting?
Well,
Or the struggle, not the fighting. The struggle that happened in his
Stardust,
room.
Cinder, we can do that. I mean, that can be explained. He was in such a rush to leave that he hit his head on, or that he nicked something on something, and jumped to the window, but landed wrong, and that's why there's a little bit of energon there. And there's ways to explain it, or we can blackmail him into trying to not kill minicons anymore. Unless we actually devote the time and resources to monitoring him, there's no way we'll know if he's actually following the rules we set forth.
We have a medic. How good are you at making a fake bomb next to the spark casing?
Fake bomb? What are you thinking, Sunblast?
I'm not good at making
Well,
fake bombs.
a
I'm good
real
at healing
bomb
bots.
What's the question for
a
our
real bomb
blacksmith
seems
or forge feather?
unethical.
Yeah, it wouldn't be for me. I
Yeah, but you're the
cannot make a
medical
bomb.
professor. You can, get it slice and dice and get in there.
Well, I'm good at taking care of bots, and I know how the ins and outs of our bodies work. Yes, but I cannot make a bomb myself.
Okay, so then it falls onto Forge Feather to make the thing, and you put it in there.
I could probably make a thing.
I have a question.
Do I want to? Unclear.
Would an unconscious mind be an unguarded mind? Or is it still guarded even if he's unconscious?
It's still gonna be guarded because he has very high
fair.
walls up. So, I mean, even when he's sleeping, because this guy has secrets. So,
Oh no.
Sunblast, when I became a medic,
Mm-hmm.
I made a promise to myself to treat bots in need.
Yes.
Now, I
you
don't
are
know if-
treating bots in need. He needs a lesson.
I know he does, but it's not
Well-
the same. I can't, in my conscience,
You
put a
wouldn't
bomb in
hurt
his
him.
body.
Wait.
No, it would be a fake
Sunblast,
bomb.
Cinder. If we hold him,
Yes.
I'm too drained now. But if we hold him until tomorrow, I can find out what his secrets are.
Can we super tie him up?
Can I, if you want him to hold out to tomorrow, and we want to restrain him, I can unconnect his joints.
If we know his secrets,
Well, look at you,
if we know his
doctor.
secrets, we
Dr.
can blackmail him
Cinder
into
and
I
not
can,
not
I
killing
can
any more
reconnect them. It's not gonna be a permanent thing.
I think that's the best course of action.
Are we in agreement? Forge Feather, are you in on this?
I'm in.
I don't like it, but if we have to, I'll do it.
Hey, it's a sacrifice you're willing to make.
Already sacrificed enough. Do I roll a wisdom to try to remove joints? Not remove, unplug.
Yes, go ahead and do that. Okay, while you're doing that, so
12.
a 12? Okay. So, if you guys are going to do this, and I'm gonna tell you this now, this is something that's gonna stay unsolved. If you're gonna wait until tomorrow to check it out. If that's what you want to do. Because Soulstep will chime in and she's going to tell, or somebody is going to push you guys to go to the priest and tell him what happened, or just let them know, like, oh, we're still looking or whatever. And then the rest of that's going to stay unsolved. So if that's your course of action, then that's something that'll be touched upon if we do another one-shot type thing.
We can go let the priest. We
Oh,
can let the priest
continuation.
know, but there's no way I'm letting this guy go without consequences.
Yeah, 2 of us will stay behind with
Agreed.
the boy, and then 2 of us go in. I vote I stay with the boy. I feel like they've had enough sunblast blessing. They don't want to see the light of Prime.
You
Light
got
Night.
banned.
No.
No,
I didn't
just
get banned.
Sunblast.
I didn't get banned. I chose to leave, and I will never return.
Oh gosh. Yeah, okay, so Sunblast, you're going to be staying with Catram. Who else is staying with Catram, and who's going to be
I do
going to
not
the priest?
wanna
Is it just going to be
stay with
Sunblast with
Sunblast.
Catram?
I will stay with Sunblast.
Okay.
Fortunately,
Alright.
a bot
Oh.
of taste.
Once I
Yes,
unplug
whatever.
the joints, I would go to the priest, or
Okay.
I could do the when I
go with
return, I
Cinder.
guess, because he is unconscious.
Okay,
You said
Soulstep
he's
is
the-
going to be staying with Sunblast and Forge Feathers, so she'll be there with
DM,
you.
you said the
Yeah.
priest is from the Quintus tribe?
Mm-hmm. That's who you guys have been
Okay.
helping, is the Quintus Prime tribe.
Sunblast doesn't like the Quintus Prime tribe anymore.
I wonder why.
Fair.
He's going to talk very poorly about them,
Oh my god!
as you were.
All
sorry.
right.
Sorry
No
to
problem,
go
no
off.
problem, that's fair. So, Cinder and Stardust, you guys head back to the church. And by this point, it is nighttime, so the church's lights are on the inside. And you enter through the front door. As you enter through the front door, the high priest is actually there. Permeus he was nervously waiting downstairs in hopes of news. And as soon as you enter the door, he immediately stands up and walks over to you. But do you have news? Did you find anything?
We found some things, but we're close. We're not there yet, but we're very, very close.
I hate the idea of him being out there by himself for another night with dangerous people, but I suppose if maybe you can find him tomorrow or get me answers, I can wait. Was there anything else that you found? Did you find who might have taken him?
We have a few theories, but we haven't. We'll know more when we find him.
Of course. And he does turn to you, Cinder. And he's looking at you, waiting to see if you have anything to say.
My holiness, is there other places he would frequent around, like places, locations that he would go with his friends?
Well, he always did enjoy looking for wide open spaces to go racing. But other than that, he usually just hangs out around town, and then he accompanies me when I go to meetings with the other priests.
I see.
Oh. We must return to our search.
We'll be. Yes, we will be looking at any of the racetracks and see if we can see him there.
Of course. Thank you for your help. And he looks sad, but he slowly starts heading up the stairs and wishes you guys a good night.
Rest up.
Yes, I will do my best. And as he says that, it's where we're gonna end the one shot.
Ooh.
Thank you so much to the audience for listening in. I had an absolute blast doing this, and I think I will definitely be doing more with this world at some point in the future. And a huge thank you to my players here. We've got Heximus, who played Forge Feather, Kilobyte, who played Cinder, Onyx, who played Sunblast, and Clickbait, who played Stardust. Thank you guys so much for joining me.
Ooh,
Yeah.
anytime.
Thank you for having us. It was fun.
Yeah.
Perfection cannot be changed.
Sunblast, go to sleep.
No, never. Sunblast forever. Go for Sunblast.
For Stardust.
All right,
Cool.
well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed, and till
All are one.
Till all
Till
Till
are
all
one.
are one.